Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys.
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
Do you remember what happened on Friday when we fucked up and said we'd be back the next day with the next chapter?
What I remember is that God essentially renamed Israel. Like we had let's see, what was Beulah and Hephzibah.
He didn't rename Israel.
Gave
the
them
people.
extra names.
He renamed the land.
Right.
And that's important because Israel is Jacob.
Right.
The people.
We renamed the land.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like married to it.
Yeah.
He's married to it now.
He's like, you're not desolate no more.
Right. And this time he really means that he promises the things that he's promising.
I totally promise.
He totally promises this time. He totally means it.
Because
there's nothing I can say that would, the one thing we know, right, is that God is trustworthy, right?
I was going to ask, do you believe him? But I think that you just answered that question.
All right. So that was Isaiah chapter 62.
Sure as fuck was.
Which means that today we're getting into
Isaiah chapter 63.
All right, let's do this.
Okie dokie. All right, we are hopping into Isaiah chapter 63.
Okay.
And I got to tell you, I'm really fucking excited about it because we're almost done with Isaiah.
Oh, for a second there, I was like, you're really, what's going on? What's happening today? But no, we're just near the end.
We're near the end.
Okay.
Because 66 is the last one.
It sure is.
So we're almost there.
We're
almost done with Isaiah.
Almost done with Isaiah. And I feel like we've been in this we have been in this for a while. I was looking at because we do episode counts for each of our books, and we're up in like the mid 80s now for Isaiah.
Jesus,
yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Because with like the special the Q&As and stuff like that.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Ugh, I'm just so ready to be done with them. All right, who is this coming from Edom?
I don't know.
Who would it be?
Who is it?
From Bozrah with his garment stained crimson. Sorry. I looked away too soon, and then my brain filled in crispy instead of crimson.
Ah, okay.
No, he's not crispy. His garments are stained crimson.
Which would indicate to me blood, maybe? Yeah.
I did a little bit of reading, though, and the important thing is that coming from Edom, the Edomites, if you will recall, they treated the Israelites like shit or whatever.
Sure.
So This is God coming from the capital city was Basra. Okay, he's coming from Basra of Edom, and his garments are stained crimson. So what do you think?
They're saying God killed a bunch of the Edomites?
God's a murderer. That's right.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Who is this, robed in splendor, striding forward in the greatness of his strength? It is I, proclaiming victory, mighty to save.
Okay.
So that was an answer.
Okay.
Here's another question.
Yeah.
Why are your garments red like those of treading the winepress?
Okay.
Here's the answer. I have trodden the winepress alone. From the nations, no one was with me. I trampled them in my anger and trod them down in my wrath.
Wow.
Their blood spattered my garments, and I stained all my clothing. It was for me the day of motherfucking vengeance. The year for me to redeem had come. Boom.
I struggle with his willingness to kill these nations.
Yeah.
Because
you feel like
them. Well, you made them, and also if you were to show them your power, if you were to show them, hey, I'm God.
Yeah.
I feel like if you legitimately gave them a good display,
like people
would change their minds, you know?
Gave them the same, if not more, chance that you gave the Israelites.
Right.
Like you made them, then you didn't choose them.
Right. Yeah.
And then so you on purpose were like, look at those fucks over there that I made.
Yeah.
And then you're like, you fucking fucks, and killed them.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
what?
It's really dumb.
Yeah. So
I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand it.
No, I don't either.
So
God's continuing. I looked, but there was no one to help. I was appalled that no one gave support. So my own arm achieved salvation for me, and my own wrath sustained me. I trampled the nations in my anger. In my wrath, I made them drunk and poured their blood on the ground.
Wow.
He's such a murdery guy.
Also, yeah. But if God legitimately, like if this was like a real thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think there'd be some story outside of the Bible, outside of this specific chapter, where like just lots of fucking people died from nothing all of a sudden?
Getting stomped by God's giant foot?
And then a deity walked out of their camp and with the blood all over them,
robes all bloodified.
Yeah. I think that would make the news.
That would be a good story.
That might even make the news for like, millennia.
Like I'm actually picturing like him walking away, like he's walking in his like white robe and sandals, but they're all splattered with blood, and in the background there's just like murder and mayhem.
Yeah. You remember when we were in Genesis and we were talking about how like we were trying to figure out how does God walk?
Mm-hmm.
Is he like really loud and stompy? Like, do you hear him coming? Or is he just like a human and he's kind of hiding in the reeds and behind the trees and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. How does he walk? What does it look like?
He's a smooth criminal.
Right. Also, he hovered a little bit in that chapter too.
But in this one, he's just
walking,
strolling.
Yeah.
I'm out for a bloody stroll.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
I will tell of the kindnesses of the Lord, the deeds for which he is to be praised, according to all the Lord has done for us. This is a new little section.
Okay. Yeah.
We're done with that.
This isn't God talking. This is apparently
Isaiah. That was murdered, but he's so kind. Let's talk about that. Yes, the many good things he has done for Israel, according to his compassion and many kindnesses. He said, surely they are my people, children who will be true to me. And so he became their savior. Wait, that's the wrong order.
Yeah.
You didn't make them and then be surprised that they were like awesome. You were like, these are my people that I'm making right now that I'm going to keep following and choosing.
Right. But then you decided to kill lots of them many times over, and you got them exiled and banished and enslaved. And then you're suddenly magnanimous and wonderful because you're allowing them to come back and you like them all of a sudden.
Right.
Okay.
But probably not for long, because that's just the way you are.
Right.
A fickle fuck.
Yeah.
In all their distress, he too was distressed.
I feel sad for him.
That's like the parent who spanks the child and said, this hurts me more than it hurts you.
Yeah.
Then don't.
Right.
Then don't.
Yeah.
Like, let's not hurt each other. How about that?
Sure.
And the angel of his presence saved them. In his love and mercy, he redeemed them. He lifted them up and carried them all the days of old. I don't recall that part.
Yeah.
I don't recall him lifting them up. I recall him promising that he might eventually.
Well, and that's mostly what I remember from the Bible is that there's a lot of future promises, right? Like a lot of this is like speaking of things that God is going to do or will do if and when you fear, grovel in the dirt, and obey every law that God puts out there, right? And walk on a straight path and on the high road and all that shit.
Right.
So, but then and only then do you get the things that he's talking about.
And even then, maybe.
And yeah, right. Because then, he's also said he kills the righteous. So, and it's all part of his,
grand plan
right,
or whatever.
Yeah, like that's all in there.
Yet they rebelled and grieved his Holy Spirit. So he turned and became their enemy. And he himself fought against them. Okay.
Yeah. See?
Yeah. Then his people recalled the days of old, the days of Moses and his people. Where is he who brought them through the sea with the shepherd of his flock? Where is he who set his Holy Spirit among them, who sent his glorious arm of power to be at Moses' right hand, who divided the waters before them to gain for himself everlasting renown?
Who also fucking pummeled them with birds.
Who led them through the depths. Like, oh my God, he did throw birds at them. Like a horse in open country, they did not stumble. Like cattle that go down to the plain, they were given rest by the Spirit of the Lord. This is how you guided your people to make for yourself a glorious name.
Okay.
I don't know if your name is glorious so much as like, look out for that guy. Hope he's not watching.
Well, and that he wants people to fear him. Like he said, like that was the whole premise of what we've read thus far is that you must fear the Lord, right?
Think about if these people had good therapists back then.
Right?
Like, you deserve better.
We might not have to deal with all the shit we're dealing with today.
Right? If we could just send a bunch of therapists back in time.
That would be great.
But only the good ones.
Yeah.
Because not all therapists are good.
Agreed.
All right, now we're in a new section. Look down from heaven and see from your lofty throne, holy and glorious. Where are your zeal and your might? Your tenderness and compassion are withheld from us. Yeah, they are. But you are our Father. Though Abraham does not know us or Israel acknowledge us, you, Lord, are our Father, our Redeemer. From of old is your name. Okay, I read about that too.
Is this because they were away from the land for so long? Is that why they don't know?
Yes
them?
and no. Also, it's because he's saying that Abraham and Jacob would not recognize the Israelites today.
Oh.
Based on how they live or whatever.
Okay.
They would not
in the same fashion that we could say people from the 1800s wouldn't recognize us today and how we live because obviously it's so different.
Right, but he wasn't meaning it from a pasty future comparison. Okay. He meant it as, they wouldn't even know you because look at you fucks.
Okay.
Like he's using it as a comparison.
It's a derogatory comparison, basically.
The morals of how you're living, the people that you descend from, these righteous leaders of your past, your forefathers, they wouldn't even know what to say to you because you suck so bad.
Got it.
That's what he's telling them.
Got it. So like they were awesome. You guys suck, but since we're grading on a curve, y'all are all right.
Yeah.
Is that
exactly? That's exactly it. Yeah. Why, Lord, do you make us wander from your ways and harden our hearts so we do not revere you? Yeah, why do you do that, Lord?
It's a good question. It deserves an answer.
I would love an answer because Job asked that as well.
Right.
And he never got an answer.
We're never going to get an answer.
No, because...
It's just going to be because this is the way it's supposed to be.
This is the way.
You have to walk the walk and walk the path and blah, blah, blah.
And even then, fuck off with no expectations. Return for the sake of your servants, the tribes that are your inheritance. For a little while your people possessed your holy place, but now our enemies have trampled down your sanctuary. We are yours from of old, but you have not ruled over them. They have not been called by your name. The end.
But that was entirely God's fault.
Yeah.
Like, according to the Bible. This was this
in
whole
canon.
this whole problem that has happened, the reason that they were trodden upon, the reason that they were, not in their land is because God turned his back on Israel.
Yep.
And said, fuck y'all.
That is exactly what happened.
And whatever. God's an asshole.
God's a dick.
He really is.
I mean, God of the Bible is a dick in that he doesn't really exist anyway.
Right. No, but I mean, the way that the excuses that they make for him, the reasons that they give are assholish. The reasons that he is horrible to them, to make people believe that this is why things like that happen to you.
Right.
It's such a mind fuck. And things like that still happen today in religion.
Yeah.
That is part of what I rail against, is that this mind fuckiness is still very prevalent in religion today, and it has been obviously since the beginning of religion.
It's gaslighting.
Yeah. And I don't like it.
Yeah. Same.
But anyway, that was Isaiah chapter 63.
Sure as fuck was.
Which means that tomorrow we'll be back with
Isaiah chapter 64.
All right. We'll see you guys then.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember what the fuck happened yesterday?
Well, God strolled in with blood-stained clothing because he had just fucking decimated the Edomites.
He did. And
apparently.
It was crimson and scarlet all over his robe.
Yeah, and then he was like, you Israelites, you people of Jacob, you people here in Beulah, etc., you'll do, but like your ancestors were so much fucking better.
They wouldn't even...
You worms, you fucks.
You fucks. They wouldn't even recognize you today.
Yeah.
Ugh, but I guess I still love you.
Yeah, I mean, that was the gist of it, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
God likes them, doesn't like them, likes them, doesn't like them.
He'll tolerate them.
Rinse.
Yeah.
No, rinse and repeat, right?
Something like that.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was Isaiah chapter 63.
That's correct.
Which means that today we're getting into
Isaiah chapter 64.
All right. Let's do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, so here we are hopping into Isaiah chapter 64.
Okay.
Which is a continuation of the last section that we were in the previous chapter, Isaiah chapter 63.
Okay.
Okay, that was prayer for mercy and help.
Got it.
Okay. And that's where they were like, oh, God, don't you even love us? And
he's like, kind of.
You're okay. You'll do, I guess.
Sure.
So we're continuing on with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that you would rend the heavens and come down, that the mountains would tremble before you, as when fire sets twigs ablaze and causes water to boil. Come down to make your name known to your enemies and cause the nations to quake before you.
I mean, how make your name known to anybody.
Right?
I mean, like anybody would do.
Yeah. For when you did awesome things that we did not expect, you came down, and the mountains trembled before you. Since ancient times, no one has heard, no ear has perceived, no eye has seen any God besides you, who acts on behalf of those who wait for him.
But
wait a minute.
When are these instances where we saw him?
Right? I'm like, hang on.
What? I want specifics here. I want times. Right? I want places. Who, other than crazy people that walk around naked, who has seen God? Who has talked to God? Who has conversed with them? Like,
I thought the sentence was going to end at, since ancient times, no one has heard, no ear has perceived, no eye has seen any God.
Right. That makes sense.
That was the end of the sentence. But then it kept going, besides you.
Right.
And I was like, false!
But the implication there is also that in ancient times, there were other gods that people had seen.
Right.
So, again, back to the multiple gods.
Yeah, definitely.
It alludes to, I mean, it doesn't even allude. It lets us know that human beings are writing this fucking trash.
Yes.
Like
indeed.
It's not, this is not something that God would have you write down. He wouldn't let you think that there was ever any other gods if he is the only God.
Right.
You
And
know,
it's not like they're saying, remember when we used to believe in other gods? That was silly. That's not what they're saying. They're saying, remember when there were other gods?
Yeah.
Remember, you know how there's other gods all the time? Hey, you know how sometimes there's gods and some are more powerful than others, but you're the biggest?
Yeah.
Like, they're not talking about how stupid it was that they used to believe in things that they know now never existed.
Sure.
So they did used to believe in gods, and those gods to them did exist.
Right.
So
it depends on who's writing whatever story at any given time, though, too.
Right. But generally speaking, these people in the Old Testament fully acknowledge that, yeah, there's other gods. What? I mean, ours is best, but what?
Right.
Like,
sometimes, but that's what I was getting to with them saying that depends on who's writing it, because some of them say they're just idols, or they're just this, or they're just that. But there is definitely they concede that there were gods,
right?
You know, like at some level that at least people believed in other gods,
right?
At the very, very least,
right.
So
mostly, it seems like they're not saying that there aren't other gods so much as that your gods are powerless,
right?
And that's not the same thing as they don't exist.
Right.
Like, even when they're saying your gods are just idols and your idols suck.
And modern religion would have to de-emphasize these points and not talk about them that much, because it kind of throws an air of illegitimacy over the
monotheism.
Whole, yeah. So it's why you don't hear people talk about this.
Right.
You know?
Well, it's why we found it so shocking. And it's still shocking.
Right.
I did not expect... Like, I knew because I had read the first couple of chapters of Genesis before.
Sure.
And so I kind of knew that it had talked about just in those early on that there were multiple gods. But I thought that, like, as we left Genesis and got further into the Bible, but that was a one-off.
Sure.
That was just early legends and myths.
Yeah.
I'm totally shocked that even now in Isaiah, like after the Babylonian exile, they're still talking about other gods existing.
Yeah.
And it's not a shock. It's a shock to me, but it's not a shock to them. They're like, yeah, what? Other gods. Yeah, it's a thing. What's wrong with you? Of course they're there.
Right.
All right. You come to the help of those who gladly do right, who remember your ways. But when we continue to sin against them, you were angry. How then can we be saved?
Probably by not sinning, I'm guessing.
What do we do?
Why do we have to keep asking this question? We already know the answer, right? Don't we?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming we've been over this countless times.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
You have to follow all of God's rules. Now, which rules He wants you to follow? That part I can see where you might have some issues figuring that out. But you got to follow His rules. That's how you get there.
Yeah. All of us have become like one who is unclean, and all our righteous acts are like filthy rags. You remember what they mean by filthy rags, right?
That was
menstrual cloths.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, all of you are period blood.
Yeah.
You guys are nasty.
Yeah.
Okay. The most disgusting thing we can think of, a woman menstruating. Like, okay, got it.
Yep.
We all shrivel up like a leaf, or maybe like we all shrivel up like a man in cold water. Like, that would be equivalent almost, right? Like, if you're going to trash women all the time, couldn't we just talk about small dick energy once? Just once.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
We all shrivel up like a man in cold water. And like the wind, our sins sweep us away. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess that doesn't go with the wind because...
Right. Leaves can't blow away. Or,
leaves blow away.
A man can't blow away.
And his penis generally stays put.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I guess that was a bad analogy. But it felt good at the time.
Sure.
No one calls on your name or strives to lay hold of you, for you have hidden your face from us and have given us over to our sins. They're always talking about that. How, oh, God turned away and that's why we haven't seen him. And it's like, because he's a fuck.
Well, and he's been hiding his, quote unquote, hiding his face for as long as I can remember.
Generations now.
Yeah. And it's not just because he doesn't like them sometimes. it's because he doesn't show himself to people.
Right.
Like on purpose. Like that's been, it depends on which section we're in, but like there are parts where it's like God does not, show himself.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Then there's of course times when he does, but like we went through a whole thing, I think it was in the Torah for sure, where we were talking about, well, now he's showing himself, and then before he wasn't showing himself, and just different things like that. So
yeah,
it's just odd that I don't know.
He's so wishy-washy.
He really is.
Because you know what? People are wishy-washy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yet you, Lord, are our Father. We are the clay. You are the potter. We are all the work of your hand. We still love you, even though you smack us around and ignore the fuck out of us.
And we can't see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we still love you.
Sounds like an abuse relationship.
It really does. Yeah. Do not be angry beyond measure, Lord. Do not remember our sins forever. Oh, look on us. We pray, for we are all your people. They're like saying, please stop being mad. Please.
But he remembers that shit for generations.
Yep. Your sacred cities have become a wasteland. Even Zion is a wasteland. Jerusalem, a desolation. It's hearkening back to those words that he called them last time.
Right, right.
Our holy and glorious temple where our ancestors praised you has been burned with fire, and all that we treasured lies in ruins. After all this, Lord, will you hold yourself back? Will you keep silent and punish us beyond measure? The end. And the answer is yes.
Yeah. No, I'm just like, yes, he does. That's it. The world keeps happening, and you guys, when they wrote this, they're living in ancient times, right? Mm-hmm. Life's gonna be hard. Yeah. It's gonna keep kicking you.
Yeah.
And it's not God. It's not. It's just how things go.
Right.
Shit sucks. I'm
Shit
sorry
sucks.
that you had a rough life. Yep. But it has nothing to do with God or lack of God or any of that.
Sometimes it be that way.
Yeah. Anyway, that was... I'm so ready to be done with Isaiah.
We're almost done.
I'm so ready.
2 more chapters.
Like, just get through... I'm like... It's
after this week.
Because it's just so fucking repetitive.
And tiresome.
I'm like back and forth and God and mad and happy and whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little slap happy. It's late, and
it is.
I had a
late.
long fucking day. So
we're recording this after midnight and got to get up at 6 a.m.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
yep.
Good times.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyway, that was Isaiah chapter 64.
Sure as fuck was.
Which means that we'll be back tomorrow for our live. Well, we're gonna be live on Discord tonight.
Yes.
So if you're listening to this today, which is
Tuesday morning,
the 31st.
The 31st? No, the 30th. Tuesday.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
30th.
It's already past midnight. The 30th.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're listening to this on the 30th, Tuesday, then you should join us on Discord at 10 p.m. Eastern. And the link for the Discord channel is always in the show notes. So just click down there and join us.
Yep.
And then we'll be doing Isaiah chapter
65.
65 tonight.
And you don't have to be caught up. A lot of people that are in our Discord, they are hit and miss, and they just come and have a good time and hang out. And it's just real fun.
But I mean, if you're listening to this at the end of Isaiah chapter 64, you're probably caught up.
Right. I'm just saying, like, don't feel like you have to have listened to every single episode.
Right.
Or else. Like, you won't feel left out. You'll be welcomed with open arms. You'll have so much fun. Everybody there is just a blast.
Yeah. And half of us don't know how to use Discord.
It's true.
So you'll also be in good company there.
I actually got onto the into the group last time by myself for the first time, and everybody was cheering for me because I didn't have to ask for help. And that doesn't mean that I won't ask for help tomorrow.
Next time, right.
Because it's always new, and new is scary. So just come be with us. It's fun.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys there.
Bye.
Bye.
Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember where we are and how we got here and what the fuck is happening?
Well, I believe we just finished chapter 64.
Of Isaiah.
Yes. And much like the rest of fucking Isaiah, God was deciding whether or not he liked the Israelites or not, and going back and forth about whether he was going to punish them. And the Israelites were like, please stop punishing us as much as that. Could Could we have some not punishment, please?
Are you just going to remember how much we suck for the end of time?
Yeah.
And the
That's
answer
all.
is yes,
Well,
yes.
yeah,
I will never forget.
You remember how he's going to punish people for 10 generations. That was back early on.
Yeah.
Because, why not punish people that never even knew why they're being punished? That makes total sense.
I wasn't even there.
Right, yeah.
That's what Winston Zedmore said in Ghostbusters.
Gotcha.
I wasn't even there.
See, I like the I'm not even supposed to be here today from Clerks or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Only he said that a lot.
He said that a lot, yeah.
God damn it. All right.
So that was Isaiah chapter 64.
Sure as fuck was.
Which means that today we're getting into
Isaiah chapter 65.
All right, let's do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, so here we are, hopping into Isaiah chapter 65.
Okay.
Hold on to your butts. This is the second to last episode.
It is.
Of
We're getting
Isaiah.
So close to the end.
I know. I'm really excited, honestly. Yeah. I can't even remember already what's next. Didn't it start with an E? Isn't it like Ezekiah?
No. I don't think that's correct.
No.
But
Jeremiah. It's Jeremiah because I mentioned that he was a bullfrog.
You had the Aya down.
Yeah. It's Jeremiah.
Right.
Because he was a bullfrog.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? I revealed myself.
Don't do that. Jeez. You can get your ass in trouble for that.
I know. You're going to get banned from parks. To those who did not ask for me. Jesus.
That was actually a perfect follow-up to that. That's awesome.
Stop exposing yourself. Particularly to those who didn't ask for it. I was found by those who did not seek me.
Where were you?
I opened my coat.
Why was he?
I said, psst. And you suddenly found yourself in my grasp. To a nation that did not call on my name, I said, here I am.
Okay, which nation is he talking about here?
All the nations.
The islands.
The islands again, the coastlands, All day long, I have held out my hands to an obstinate people. Hold on a second. You just got done, God, saying that you hid your face from these fucks.
He did.
And now you're like, JK, I always have my hands out to them.
I don't understand how he has the patience to start reaching out to people outside of the Israelites when he can hardly stand the fucking Israelites.
Right?
Like, what makes him think that he's going to be successful in recruiting people from the islands or the ends of the earth,
right,
when he can barely stand his own fucking people? That doesn't make any sense to me.
None of this makes any sense.
He can't even keep his own people from worshiping other idols and stuff.
It's true.
I'm like, dude, how are you going to do this?
I'm like, he's such a bad manager. He needs HR to come in and he needs restructuring.
No, he needs management structure. Yeah, he needs to delegate authority.
What is it when you have this third party company come in and they do this whole
middle management?
No, they do this whole assessment of your company, and then after you're done, they tell you where your strengths and weaknesses are, and then you downsize right after that.
Right. Yeah, I don't remember what they call that.
You do all that restructuring.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he needs done.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so anyway.
I mean, he's got a lot more people now than he did when he started, so you go from 2 to, millions, that's a big increase.
Well, he's sucking at it.
He is.
So all day long, I'm lying when I say I have held out my hands to an obstinate people who walk in ways not good, pursuing their own imaginations instead of my imaginations.
Yeah, I was going to say, whose imagination should we follow or pursue?
A people who continually provoke me to my very fucking face, offering sacrifices in gardens and burning incense on altars of brick. Those motherfuckers.
Yeah, you're not burning those incense or sacrificing those animals in the correct way.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you thinking, guys?
Yeah, you picked up sticks on the wrong day, or you picked up the wrong kind of sticks, or what the fuck ever.
Such bullshit.
Who sit among the graves. Oh, you assholes.
Wait, they sit among the graves?
They sit among the graves and spend their nights keeping secret vigil.
Okay.
I guess they're trying to commune with the dead.
Right.
Is why they're doing that. And you're not supposed to do that.
Well, it's probably because they miss the people that are dead.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, but
have some
Christians
empathy, dude.
do that today.
Right, yeah. We have fucking graveyards.
Yeah. We have massive funerals.
Yeah.
And all kinds of religious nonsense bullshittery that happens at them.
Yeah.
Who eat the flesh of pigs. I do love me some
that
bacon.
Is some good shit. Yeah, bacon is yummy.
And whose pots hold broth of impure meat.
So bacon? Like, what is it?
Impure
we're talking
meat,
about like are they using the cloven hooves?
Yeah, those animals that you're not supposed to eat. Those
or is
guys.
it the non-cloven hooves? I can never remember which ones are bad.
Pigs have cloven hooves, and you're not supposed to eat pigs. So I'm gonna say you're not supposed to eat
Cloven
animals
hooves.
with cloven hooves.
Okay, all right.
And so you can eat a horse, but you can't eat a pig.
Got it.
Because horses don't have cloven hooves.
What if it's a horse with no name?
That is.
I'm just throwing that out there.
As long as you're going through the desert, it's fine. But otherwise, that's a horse of a different color.
Oh, okay.
Meh? Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
I think that's horse poppy. Cocky.
Horse zebra.
Something.
Zebra. Is it white with black stripes or black with white stripes?
I don't know, but
I
don't know.
I think it's white with black stripes.
Okay.
Is my understanding.
I think we've gone on with like stupid jokes here.
Okay, I don't know. That one wasn't a joke. That was a trivia.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That was a real question.
I got it.
I mean, we were talking about horses.
Horses, yeah. So why not go to zebras? Yeah.
Horse. Who say, keep away, don't come near me, for I am too sacred for you. Oh, that's the righteous people that are like, I'm so fucking holy, the holier than thou. Like, I'm so fucking holy, you got nothing on me. Those are bad guys.
Okay.
Like all the church people that we know.
Yeah, right.
Such people are smoke in my nostrils, a fire that keeps burning all day. I hope I'm not smoking anybody's nostril.
Yeah.
I have snot in my nostrils right now. See, it stands written before me. I will not keep silent. Yeah, you will. But will pay back in full. Oh, retribution.
Yeah.
Vengeance.
Who are we having the retribution against, though?
I will pay it back into their laps. Oh,
the people that he was just talking about? The ones? Okay.
Yeah. Both your sins and the sins of your ancestors, says the Lord.
So here we're getting that punishment from previous generations.
It's finally, he kicked the can down the road.
But like he was just wasn't he just talking about like again, we're back and forth here, right? He was just talking about people were going to worship him from other lands, right? And it seemed almost like happy about it ish, as for God,
Yeah,
but now we're back into punishment. And
well, these last chapters, from what I've read in the notes, they're all about how he's going to punish the bad and reward the good. So, I mean, that's the simplicity of it there.
I don't even know who he considers good. Like, even the people that he considers good don't seem like he considers them that good.
And he calls them worms. Worm,
and he says
mountain.
Your ancestors were a lot fucking better. So, I mean, I don't
Except
really...
now you're getting punished for them, too. So they weren't that good.
Yeah.
They're better than you, but they still weren't that good.
Right. So much for bringing in people from other lands, too. Because, their ancestors were trash.
Because they burned sacrifices on the mountains, and defied me on the hills. I will measure into their laps the full payment for their former deeds. Don't punish me for my ancestors, because you know what? I'm so scared to do an ancestry thing, because I just know I'm going to find out that my ancestors were slave owners, and I just know, I don't want that on me. Please, I don't want to do an ancestry thing. I already have enough guilt, and I have white guilt, and I have mom guilt, and I have woman guilt. Like, I just have guilt up the fucking wazoo, and I would find out that my ancestors, I don't want to get punished for my ancestors, honestly.
My family came over too late to be any part of that. So
you fucking Germans. You are German, right? Isn't that what you
mostly
are?
Mostly German Dutch. Yeah.
I think I'm mostly Irish, but I'm only like 1/64th of that. But that's the largest amount of anything.
Yeah, you're just like a mutt.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. This is what the Lord says. As when juice is still found in a cluster of grapes, and people say, don't destroy it, there is still a blessing in it. Is that what they say?
I guess.
Don't destroy that fucking grape. There's still a blessing in it.
Yeah.
So will I do in behalf of my servants. I will not destroy them all.
Well, that's nice of them. Not all of them, just some of them.
I like it when you keep a few grapes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they can carry that story forward, right?
Mm.
Like, you guys better be fucking scared of this guy.
Yeah.
He will fucking destroy all the grapes.
I was just one of the good grapes.
I was on the inner circle of grapes, and he let me live. But man,
it was an accident.
He totally destroyed all the other grapes.
Yeah. I will bring forth descendants from Jacob and from Judah, those who will possess my mountains, my chosen people, the ones that I don't like, that I'm always calling worms. My chosen people will inherit them, and there will my servants live. Those mountains. Okay. He's bringing mountains to the people.
But you can't sacrifice things on those mountains because
don't do it.
You got to do that at the temple,
which may or may not be on the mountain. But if it is on the mountain, it's got to be placed where God tells you to put it.
Right. Otherwise, it's wrong, and He'll kill you. Mm-hmm.
Sharon is a city.
Sure.
Will become a pasture for flocks, and the valley of Achor, which is another, place,
area,
a resting place for herds for my people who seek me.
Okay.
So we're getting back to it's going to be the land of milk and honey, and gold will be everywhere.
It's interesting. La, la, la. We're talking about very specific geography here, and we're supposed to be this God is universal, right? He created the whole fucking universe.
Yeah.
And we're talking about specific pastures and mountains.
Yeah.
It seems just so absurd
small.
to me.
It's so small.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to believe that He knows everything about all the continents and all the planets.
But He cares about one fucking pasture in Israel.
Yeah. I don't believe it. That's silly.
Yeah.
But as for you who forsake the land and forget my holy mountain, who spread a table for fortune and fill bowls of mixed wine for destiny, I will destine you for the sword, and all of you will fall in the slaughter. Okay, I got to say something about that.
Okay.
He spread let me start over. Sorry, I was stuttering. Okay. When he said, y'all spread a table for fortune and fill bowls of mixed wine for destiny, that's a capital F fortune and a capital D destiny, because those are gods and goddesses that were being celebrated and worshipped at the time.
Okay.
I forget what they
seem generic-ish, but
yeah,
sure.
But they people were praying to fortune and praying to destiny and stuff like that.
On New Year's, you eat, is it sauerkraut for money or something like that, or
black-eyed
peas or something?
I always heard black-eyed peas.
And there's certain rituals you do.
I just recently
do things.
This is the first year I heard grapes, actually.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. And I know your mom always says kraut, but I had never heard that growing up. I looked it up, and there's a whole bunch of different ones, and I only knew about black-eyed peas.
I'm sure that there's different regional things that people celebrate that kind of thing.
I think we should get all of them, because we need all the fucking luck we can next year. So anyway, that's what that's about. So he's saying, y'all spread a table for this fucking goddess fortune, and you fill bowls of mixed wine for that other goddess destiny.
Yeah.
I will destine you for the sword, and all of you will fall in the slaughter. For I called, but you did not answer. I spoke, but you did not fucking listen. You did evil in my sight and chose what displeases me. That's what I did. That's what I did. Yeah. I was like, God wants me to do this. I'm going to on purpose do something else.
I would like to go back and take a poll. If we had a time machine, did God talk to you? Did He speak with you? Did you ignore Him?
Not this generic, I heard God's voice.
Right.
No, I mean for reals. Not you felt spiritual that day.
Right.
Was there literally a voice, not figuratively a voice?
Right. And I think if you're talking to a foreign people, you literally have to introduce yourself, right? You can't just mumble in the back of their mind and say,
right,
I want you to burn incense at this altar.
Right.
And on this day and this time in this specific way.
Yeah.
Right? That they'd be like, what?
What am I? I must be schizophrenic suddenly.
Right. You have to introduce yourself. You have to, let them know who you are.
Yeah.
And then you have to introduce your power even. You have to be like, okay, look, I know, I haven't been present in your life, your culture.
Sorry.
So here's a little demonstration,
Right.
And then
Here's the
and
little
then
parting waters.
start edging
and
into
here's
the
a little
fucking
burning
rules
bush.
and the shit. You know, like
Yeah.
but you can't just like pop in and be like, you didn't listen. Fuck you.
Right?
You know,
yeah,
that's
and
bullshit.
that's what's happening here.
Right.
Yeah. Therefore, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Ready?
I'm ready. Yeah.
Okay. He goes, my servants will eat, but you fuckers will go hungry.
No.
My servants will drink, but you fuckers will go thirsty. My servants will rejoice, but you fuckers will be put to shame.
Man.
My servants will sing out of the joy of their hearts, but you fuckers will cry out from anguish of heart and wail in brokenness of spirit.
Damn. That's rough.
He's so mean.
He is.
You will leave your fucking name for my chosen ones to use in their curses. Dang. The sovereign Lord will put you to fucking death.
Wow.
But to his servants, he will give another name.
What? Are we getting another name?
He always renames everybody.
I know, it gets a little
tiresome.
It really does, yeah.
I'm like, couldn't they just
It's
keep...
a little old.
Like, look, I'm not changing my name, okay?
Right?
I'm done with that. Whoever invokes a blessing in the land will do so by the one true God. Whoever takes an oath in the land will swear by the one true God. For the past troubles will be forgotten and hidden from my eyes.
Oh. So as long as you ask for that forgiveness, you're good to go?
Do you believe that though?
I don't, because he said he would punish people for their ancestors. He said, I mean, like, yeah. I feel like it's just kind of...
He's always got strings attached, and he always holds it over your head. Like, it's always ever present.
Yeah.
I mean, these things are always like, you were born evil.
And also,
you were born of original sin.
Yeah. And if I was a foreigner, especially, and I was joining this group of people that were worshiping this God, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's just pretend, for the sake of the story, that God's real, right?
Okay.
But I would feel like that God is just waiting for me to fuck up to kill me,
right?
You know, like he's just because I have no, family history with the Israelites. I have nothing other than my devotion right now, right?
Right.
But if you fuck up, he may have forgot the past when you ask for forgiveness,
mm-hmm.
but he ain't gonna forget that.
Nope.
Like he's ready to kill people on the drop of the hat.
He's excited to kill people.
Yeah.
He loves a good murder bath.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess that's the whole point, right? You're supposed to fear God. You're always supposed to fear God.
Always. Never not be afraid.
Right.
See, I will create new heavens and a new earth.
Wait, what?
Okay, so this part gets into shit that gets talked about, A, in Revelation, and B, in the New Testament.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is stuff that gets talked about more.
Yeah, that phrasing was very...
This has to do with after Christ comes back.
Well,
and
not specifically here, but...
Right, but... Okay, so Christians would have you believe that this stuff takes place after he comes back, and there's supposed to be like 1,000 years of peace or some shit, and then God's going to make this new whatevers.
New whatevers?
Yeah.
Okay,
new earth, new heaven. And heavens.
Got it.
Multiple heavens, one earth. Okay.
My understanding was there was already multiple heavens, like the seven
There's
heavens.
There's 7
or whatever.
of them. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. See, I will create new heavens and a new earth. The former things will not be remembered, nor will they come to mind. Then what's the point? Why did you make them in the first place?
Yeah, it doesn't. That doesn't make any sense.
Right? But be glad and rejoice forever in what I will create. Why should I? You might change your mind down the road and decide that that's a mess too. For I will create Jerusalem to be a delight and its people a joy. I will rejoice over Jerusalem and take delight in my people. The sound of weeping and of crying will be heard in it no more.
Again, we're focusing on one fucking city.
Mm-hmm.
It just...
New Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Never again will there be in it an infant who lives but a few days, or an old man who does not live out his years. The one who dies at 100 will be thought a mere child.
Wow.
Yeah. The one who fails to reach 100 will be considered accursed.
Huh.
So he's saying everybody who's born will stay born. There will be no deaths. You might die eventually, but you're going to live well past 100.
But do you still have to die before 120? Because you did say a while back that you can't live past 120.
Well,
because that was part of his new covenant.
But he's changing his mind, though.
So this is the new earth where
this
there's yet another new covenant with
yeah.
humanity that says
That's what I'm saying.
Can.
Like, he's always making these new fucking covenants that I didn't sign up for any of them. You know? Well, I'm like, no, just leave me alone. You know, you make my life messy. Just stop.
I feel like Isaiah is just like, they just throw things at the wall and they hope that you find something in it that sticks.
And all the Christians came up and gobbled the whole book greedily.
Right.
And they wrote a whole Christ story around it.
Right. And you can take a lot of this stuff to just mean whatever you want it to mean. So it's and it's so back and forth. You can read it any way you want to.
Sure.
Like, you could take any meaning out of any chapter.
Yep.
Be like, yeah, that's what that means.
Yep. They will build houses and dwell in them. They will plant vineyards and eat their fruit. No longer will they build houses and others live in them, or plant and others eat. Hold on. You mean like what we did to the Native Americans when we got here and we fucking took their land and we lived in their fucking houses and we took all of their fucking resources?
Well, they weren't Israelites, obviously.
I'm just saying, like, that wasn't very Christian, was it? And they had Bibles, didn't they?
He doesn't, but again, it's very clear that if they are not worshiping Yahweh, he does not give a fuck about you.
I'm just saying that is very hypocritical. Right there.
100%.
That's grotesque.
Yeah.
For as the days of a tree, so will be the days of my people. No, because we just got through talking about trees and the sacred ones and how today there is a tree that's 700 years old in Japan.
Right.
And people are not going to live for fucking 700 years.
No.
So get the fuck out of here with that. My chosen ones will long enjoy the work of their hands. They will not labor in vain, nor will they bear children doomed to misfortune. For they will be a people blessed by the Lord, they and their descendants with them. Before they call, I will answer. While they are still speaking, I will hear. The wolf and the lamb. I said wolf like woof, woof, but I meant wolf. And the lamb will feed together, and the lion will eat straw like the ox, because there won't be carnivores anymore. Suddenly, lions will be herbivores.
Right.
And dust will be the serpent's food.
Oh, okay.
You know, like those bugs that eat plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be if I was a serpent, I think I'd be a little bit angry.
Yeah, like
I gotta eat dust the rest of my life.
You made me.
Right.
You made me this way. What the fuck?
That's kind of bullshit, man.
They will neither harm nor destroy on all my holy mountain, says the Lord. The end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was ridiculous.
It was.
The whole thing is just so, like, it's so Book of Revelation. Like, we're not there yet, but, like, that's what all that was about.
Okay.
Like, when we get to the Book of Revelation, they will pick that up.
Well, I think the New Testament builds on things that are prevalent or that are mentioned in, especially Isaiah.
Well, I think, isn't Book of Revelation in the Old Testament? Isn't it? Or am I crazy?
Don't believe so.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
No, you're right. It's the New Testament.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's at the end of the Bible.
No, I had it in my mind because it was in my notes that this stuff is talked about there.
Right.
So don't listen to me. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But I do know that this chapter was dumb.
Yes, that I can agree with you on.
Okay.
So that was Isaiah chapter 65.
Sure as fuck was.
Which means that tomorrow we will be back with
the final chapter of Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 66.
All right. We will see you then.
Okie dokie.
Bye.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
I'm so excited. Guess what today is? Oh yeah, do you remember yesterday?
Yes, I do. So God was punishing those who did not do what he wanted, basically. The ones that were like worshiping on hills and not doing the things he wanted. Because that's what God likes to punish them.
Yes.
And then he was like, and my people are going to be so much better than you. And they're going to be eating good shit and they're going to be having a good time, and you guys are going to be crying and dying.
And everybody should be a grape.
Yeah, and then there was like a new heaven and a new earth and stuff.
Yeah.
Like yeah. So there's that, I guess. And that was Isaiah chapter 65.
Yes, it was.
Which means that today we're getting into
Isaiah chapter 66, and that's why I was so excited, because guess what that means?
That means we're ending Isaiah.
We are sure as fuck done with Isaiah after this.
And we do apologize. We didn't get this out in the morning. Sorry, life and shit.
And we'll be better.
And that's always our plan.
We try to be better.
Yeah, that's always our plan.
Yeah.
So Isaiah chapter 66 today. Are you ready to do this?
Yes, I am.
All right, let's do this.
Okie dokie. All right, we are hopping into Isaiah chapter 66.
All right.
Fanfare. Woohoo! Burr, 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 burr. This is what the Lord says.
Is it?
It is. Ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Heaven is my throne and the earth is my footstool. Boom.
That does... I don't...
He has said that before.
Like, it sounds... I don't like that.
I'm resting my feet on y'all worms.
Right? Yeah.
Ya mountains.
Yeah.
Where is the house you will build for me? Where will my resting place be?
Why can't he just, like, stay in heaven?
Has not my hand made all these things? And so they came into being? What?
This is not a poem.
It is.
I mean, it is, but it isn't.
Declares the Lord.
Yeah,
Period.
Right.
It sounded like he was like reading one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
Right.
This one has a little star. That one has a little car. My, how very many fish there are. Something like that.
Sure.
Yeah. These, okay, we're back into the Lord talking again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are the ones I look on with favor. Ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
I'm ready.
Those who are humble and contrite in spirit and who tremble at my word.
So again, back to the fear.
Fear.
Right.
Fear me, bitches.
Yeah.
But whoever sacrifices a bull is like one who kills a person, and whoever offers a lamb is like one who breaks a dog's neck.
What?
Whoever, I'm sure he's saying, again, we've covered this before, where if you're making your sacrifices, like you're going through the motions and you think you're doing it right, but they're just like empty rituals for you,
then
fuck you.
They're just as bad as
murder.
Murder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoever makes a grain offering is like one who presents pig's blood, and whoever burns memorial incense is like one who worships an idol.
Huh.
They have chosen their own ways, and they delight in their abominations. So I also will choose harsh treatment for them, because I'm a dick.
Okay. I'm a little confused. I mean, I'm guessing he's talking about the ones that are doing these things on the altars that are not in the right places and
doing them
whatever.
with empty,
right,
whatever.
But it's a really confusing, because these things that he's talking about
are things you're supposed to do.
Right. Yeah.
And will bring on them what they dread. He is such a fucker.
Yeah.
For when I called, no one answered. When I spoke, no one listened. They did evil in my sight and chose what displeases me. I mean, you're saying that through the mouth of Isaiah. Why isn't Isaiah turning and going, wait, I listened?
Yeah, well, I protest on behalf of all the humans in the planet.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they actually heard God say anything.
I don't think he told them. They weren't his chosen peeps.
He says that he says something, but then he also says that you can't, hear him. That's why he has prophets.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it doesn't really make any sense.
He's up there shouting, but the people on other continents can't hear him or his fucking
prophets.
I
mean, specifically, we're in the book of Isaiah, right?
Yeah.
Who is a prophet of God.
Yeah.
And the reason he is a prophet of God is because he is one of the only people that have ever heard God say anything.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
But we're supposed to believe God when he's saying that he said this to these people.
Right.
You didn't say shit.
Yeah.
Maybe Isaiah said it, but I know that Isaiah didn't talk to every fucking person.
Right.
So
I think next time somebody tells me that they hear God, I'm just going to be like, whoa, are you a prophet then? Because only prophets can hear him.
Right. Yeah. But then again, nowadays it seems like there's a lot more prophets than there used to be. Like everyone thinks they're a goddamn prophet.
Well, I want to know what else you got.
Right.
Tell me, if God is talking to you, you're a prophet.
Let's hear it. What's he got to say?
Yeah. Tell us what else God is saying. If
know,
it's just personal to you, then you're not hearing God because God only talks to the prophets.
Right.
Right. So what you heard was not God talking, because God doesn't talk like that.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Hear the word of the Lord, you who tremble at his word. Okay, now we're going to do some more God talk.
Okay.
Your own people who hate you and exclude you because of my name have said, let the Lord be glorified that we may see your joy. Yet they will be put to shame. Hear that uproar from the city. Hear that noise from the temple. It is the sound of the Lord paying his enemies all they deserve.
Oh. He turned the temple into a slaughterhouse?
I guess he did. I guess he did. Before she goes into labor, she gives birth. Before the pains come upon her, she delivers a son.
What?
I don't... What? Who has ever heard of such things?
Not me.
Me neither. Who has ever seen such things like this?
I have not seen it either.
No, I don't think that happens.
No.
You can't deliver... okay, here's the thing. Here's what they don't talk about with regard to childbirth. After you deliver your child, you do have some more pains because you still have to deliver the placenta.
Sure.
And nobody ever talks about that. But that is a thing that happens. So you might still be experiencing some labor pains.
Right, but you don't deliver a baby before the pains.
Well, you deliver a baby before those afterbirth pains.
Right, but you definitely have pains to give birth.
Right. I'm just saying, technically speaking, yes, you do have labor pains after you deliver a baby.
Sure.
But I understand that's not what they're talking about. I was just putting it out there that does.
Right. Yeah.
He is right.
I don't think that's what they're talking about.
That is not, because I guarantee you that these folks don't even know what a fucking placenta is because they men. And men do not know anything about a woman's body.
Yeah.
Can a country be born in a day or a nation be brought forth in a moment? I mean, if you're God, I would think so. Yeah, but if you're men, no.
Well, even men. I mean, like, we created nations before,
In a day?
Probably not in a day, but like we've declared one in a day.
We could build several houses in a day.
For sure.
I mean, Habitat for Humanity does that. The Amish do that.
Right. But I'm sure during wartime we've taken over a country and said, now it's ours.
That is true.
I'm just saying.
That is true.
Not specifically.
It was already set up. We just walked in and put down our flag. But
right.
Yeah. I hear that. Okay. Yet no sooner is Zion in labor than she gives birth to her children.
Okay.
What? What? She's in labor and then delivers.
Gives birth to her children. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. We're making comparisons to labor to the new birth of Zion here, where you remember how they're building their cities back and they're creating them from ruins.
Okay.
I think it has to do with something along those lines, maybe.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can think of right now.
That makes sense. Okay. Do I bring to the moment of birth and not give delivery, says the Lord? Do I close up the womb when I bring to delivery, says your God?
No.
No.
Why? Why?
No.
What is this all about?
I guess he's like, I'm
having second thoughts here.
I'm making promises and I will definitely follow through.
But maybe not, because he's asking about closing up the womb.
No, but he's saying, am I going to do that? No, that doesn't make sense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Rejoice with Jerusalem and be glad for her, all you who love her. I mean, here's the thing. If you already love Jerusalem, you don't have to be told to be glad for her.
Right.
Because
you would inherently be that way.
Right? Yeah. Like the Philadelphia Eagles, right? You don't have to tell the Philadelphians, yay, your team won a game. Yay, celebrate. Like, they already are like greasing up the poles.
Right.
Yeah. They're already celebrating.
Yeah.
Rejoice greatly with her, all you who mourn over her. What? For you will nurse and be satisfied at her comforting breasts. I don't like this.
No, I don't either.
I don't like the comparison to a pregnant woman.
No.
Honestly.
No.
You will drink deeply and delight in her overflowing abundance.
Okay.
I mean, there are some men who like to breastfeed. I mean,
I think, but he's alluding to he's giving birth to a nation, essentially, right?
okay.
So,
I don't appreciate this imagery.
Right,
I really
right.
don't.
Because it's written by men 2,000 years ago, so it's obviously trash. But
right, it's uncomfortable for me.
Right,
and
sure.
maybe I'm just prudish. I'm willing to put it out there. This one could be a me problem. Okay.
Right.
I'm just putting it out there. For this is what the Lord says: I will extend peace to her like a river, and the wealth of nations like a flooding stream. You will nurse and be carried on her arm and dandled on her knees.
Dandled, huh?
Oh, I need to look that word up. What's dandled?
I like that, yeah.
It's a verb, I guess, the way it's being used here when you
Right,
dandle
right.
something.
I mean, I feel like it's like, when you give
Diddle?
a kid...
No.
No, when you bounce a kid on your knee or something like that.
Is
I feel
that
like
dandling?
I don't know, maybe. That's the only thing I can think of.
I'm so intrigued.
Yeah.
I gotta look that up later.
As am I.
As a mother comforts her child, so will I comfort you, and you will be comforted over Jerusalem.
But only if we fear him.
Right. You gotta fear.
Yeah.
That's how you love.
Right.
You fear.
Yeah.
When you see this, this is the end of God talking now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
When you see this, your heart will rejoice and you will flourish like grass.
Okay.
Grass does flourish.
It does.
You got to mow that shit because it flourishes and flourishes and flourishes. It just...
Although I've got a buddy who's got a house near us here.
Yeah.
And they cannot get the grass to grow.
The green grass grows
the
all
green
around,
grass,
all
yeah.
around?
It does not grow all around.
It doesn't grow all around.
No, you can't get it to grow at all.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
How
they've just
come?
got basically mud in their back. Well, they've got 2 dogs.
Oh.
But
say no more.
But I mean, all the grass, like they
Okay.
have literally no grass.
Did they ever put grass seed down?
Yeah, last year.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yep.
Okay, well, I don't know what to say about that.
I know, right? Yeah.
The hand of the Lord will be made known to his servants, but his fury will be shown to his foes. Yeah, you've said that before, bitch.
Right.
See, the Lord is coming with fire, and his chariots are like a whirlwind. He will bring down his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. Them hellfires.
Wouldn't have it any other way from God.
That one's funny. For with fire and with his sword, both fire and sword, the Lord will execute judgment.
Hey, did you know that only you can prevent forest fires?
And sword fires. Okay. Will execute judgment on all people, and many will be those slain by the Lord. Those who consecrate and purify themselves to go into the gardens, following one who is among those who eat the flesh of pigs, rats, and other unclean things.
Oh, jeez.
They will meet their end together with the one they follow.
Damn.
Hold on a second. Hold on. So they don't mean like literally following, like I'm walking behind you.
Right.
They mean just like I've done all the right things, but I'm friends with a pig eater.
So I'm fucked.
Yeah,
that's what God doesn't. He's got no.
No empathy,
no
no
give.
sympathy, no give.
Yeah.
You are not to be friends with pig eaters.
Right.
Well, I'm sorry, but I like bacon, so fuck off.
Do you have to know that they're a pig eater? Like,
oh, that's
you know
a
what
good
I mean?
question.
Like if
or
you
like,
know it.
Okay, here. How about this? Oh, I find this so offensive. One of my ex-mothers-in-law, had a relative coming over for Thanksgiving, and for Thanksgiving, this mother-in-law always made ham and turkey.
Yeah.
And actually, no, it was Easter. It was Easter, and because you always have an Easter ham, right?
Right.
But this relative was Muslim and therefore could not eat. He had converted to Muslim.
Sure.
And therefore could not eat pork.
Right.
And so her respectfully took a piece of ham and rubbed it all over the turkey.
That's just an asshole move.
Without telling him.
Yeah.
And she was like, I wonder if God will know.
Oh my God.
And I was like, that's horrendous. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
I look, I am not even, I don't believe in God. I don't believe that that person would be punished for that one way or the other.
But there's no reason to be disrespectful to somebody on purpose for just to be mean.
Even behind their back without them ever finding out.
Right.
Like, I knew about it and she knew about it.
Right.
And that was more people than should ever.
Yeah.
Like, and to this day, I cannot understand why somebody would do that.
Right.
Like, I'm an atheist and I would never do that to somebody.
Yeah.
That is just so cruel.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. So I wonder if he would be okay, you know, because he ate turkey that was tainted with pig.
Right.
And didn't know, so could not appropriately clean himself.
Yeah.
Or whatever that word is, you know?
Sure.
They will meet their end together with the one they follow, declares the Lord. And I, because of what they have planned and done, I'm about to come and gather the people of all nations and languages, and they will come and see my glory. I don't want to see his glory. You keep your glory to yourself, God. I will set a sign among them, and I will send some of those who survive to the nations, to Tarshish, to the Libyans and Lydians, famous as archers. Apparently the Lydians were famous as archers.
Okay.
To Tubal and Greece, and to the distant islands. You know the islands, right?
Yeah, the islands are important, yeah.
Yep. That have not heard of my fame or seen my glory. Hold on. Hold on a sec. Hold on.
It's not what we were told.
You are just now right here in this very Bible, in this verse, telling me that there are people who have not heard of you.
Yeah.
Because you didn't talk to them.
In places that you had previously told us they had heard of you.
Right. So, but you're admitting, yeah, they probably didn't hear of me.
Right.
And you are going to punish them nonetheless, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
That is some bullshit right there.
It is.
Sorry I wasn't born an Israelite. What the fuck?
Yeah.
This God is trash.
He really is. He really is.
They will proclaim my glory among the nations. Will they? I don't know about all that.
Right, yeah.
And,
well, no, he's talking about the people that he's sending out, right?
Oh, okay.
So, like, he was going to say the people that
I'll
live,
send some of those who survive to the nations.
Yeah.
Okay. They, and the ones that I'm sending, they will proclaim my glory among the nations.
Right.
And they will bring all your people from all the nations to my holy mountain in Jerusalem as an offering to the Lord. I mean, okay, some freak comes riding through your town, right? Like, here we are in Dayton, Ohio, right?
Yeah.
And some freak comes riding through and is like, hey, guess what? The Lord says, come on. Now you've heard of it. Like, I'm sorry, you're a freak.
Yeah.
And what the fuck are you even talking about, bro?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. I don't just trust a stranger. I live in the islands. I don't fucking know you.
Well, and again, I'm going to say this again, because God is all powerful, hypothetically.
Right.
Right?
In canon.
Why doesn't he just go over there and show his own power and talk to them himself?
Right.
Get
a profit from them.
Right. That would be so much more effective.
Right.
Than sending some people over there.
Like,
and
don't send us an emissary from out of town.
Right.
That is bullshit.
Basically the original missionaries.
Yeah. And like, it's not even like we can go on the Facebook and, you know, look up their history and be like, no, this guy's definitely, he was selling leggings last week. And the week before that, he was selling jewelry. No, this guy is an MLM. This is a pyramid scheme.
Right.
I am not into this dude.
Yeah.
Like, they can't even do that.
Right. But when you're not going to be inclined to believe some dude just showing up when you've already got your own gods and you've already got your own like power structures. Like, there's no reason for you to switch.
What reason do I have? That's what I want to know. What's the or else?
The only reason there ever is war.
Right.
That's the only reason ever.
Like, this is not a good sales pitch.
No.
Your log line needs work.
Yeah.
Your elevator pitch is really bad, bro.
Right.
Okay, so they are going to come on horses, in chariots and wagons, and on mules and camels, says the Lord. Dromedaries.
Dromedaries.
I learned that word.
Yeah, so did I.
I mean, I knew it, but then I forgot it, and so then I relearned it.
Right.
When you learned it.
Yeah.
They will bring them as the Israelites bring their grain offerings to the temple of the Lord in ceremonially clean vessels. And I will select some of them also to be priests and Levites, says the Lord.
Wait, now we're selecting people to be Levites?
How do you...
That was not how that worked.
No. How do you just be like, boom, I'm a Levite now?
I thought we had ditched the whole Levite thing, right?
I thought so too.
Like that was a specific thing that happened, right?
I thought.
So I'm okay with them picking priests, right? Like that's understandable.
Yeah.
But why do we even need to bring up the fact that they're choosing Levites?
I thought Levites were hereditary.
Yeah, they were. It was a tribe.
Yeah.
And that was the whole point.
The tribe of Levi.
They had specifically been picked for that job.
Yeah.
And it was to never be anything but the Levites taking care of that. Yeah. And apparently it's still kind of a thing, but now we can pick them.
I don't approve of this, honestly.
I think there's something seriously wrong here.
This sounds like Isaiah sounds political. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Isaiah sounds like, oh, this is the exact moment when you can tell. Hands may have been involved before in shaping what was going on in the Bible.
Right.
But Isaiah is specifically where you can see firsthand there's some shit going on here. Yeah. They are rewriting and they are just saying whatever the fuck they want. And it's obvious because you don't choose the Levites.
Right.
It's like they didn't read their own text and they trusted nobody else would either.
Right. Well, I mean, back then that was probably a pretty safe bet.
Yeah,
they were mostly
they didn't
illiterate,
know about the
so.
Googles yet. Yeah. So he's going to select some of them to be priests and Levites, says the Lord.
Okay.
As the new heavens and the new earth that I make. So many heavens, multiple heavens, singular earth.
Right.
That I will make endure before me, declares the Lord. So will your name and descendants endure. From one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, all mankind will come and bow down before me, says the Lord.
Okay.
All mankind will bow down before me. What kind of freakazoid, power-hungry son of a bitch wants everybody to bow down before him?
I mean, he's a narcissistic, fearmonger.
That's my point. Only a man in power wants everybody to bow down. Like, that is such a human thing. A real God would not want that.
Well, and it's literally taking him, like, we're at about 400 to 600 BCE, right? So it's taken him like 1,500 years to get to the point where he's even reaching out to sort of regional areas, right?
Yeah.
That we're not even talking about the fucking Native Americans that are over in the United States.
No, that continent. That continent doesn't even exist.
Right. And we're not talking about Asia. We're not talking about Japan. We're not talking about the Arctic, where like up in Russia and stuff.
Right.
Like, there's people all over the fucking place that haven't heard of this dude.
Right.
But we're just now in the Bible reaching out to places that are
kind
within traveling distance. You know.
Yeah.
Like, this is such a localized phenomenon at this point. It's really funny reading this because it tells you how small this was.
Right.
Like, it was such a small thing that just happened.
Right.
Just happened to make it out. Like, it beat all the odds and it became this overarching thing.
It was an accident of fate.
The Western world.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's amazing because it is so small right now.
I think that it was probably dying out, like Christianity was on the out until Reagan came around. And the Republican Party decided to reinstitute it into all of their fucking...
I don't think that's quite that's a very
I think that Christianity could have seen its way out the door.
I don't know about that.
Well, I do know that it was not as ugly before what is it? I forget what president it was, but there was one president who he on purpose was like, let's get all the white men to be like, let's bring religion into it. And like,
Reagan?
Was it Reagan? I thought
Probably.
it was somebody before him. Maybe it was like Nixon or somebody.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't know my presidents.
I don't know.
That's still in my blind spot of history.
But definitely, so there's a much larger history to the ups and downs of Christianity and religion in general.
In America, though, is specifically what I'm talking about.
But even in America, it was religion was very different in our founding fathers than it is, later on, and there's been a lot of changes over time.
Yes.
And so it's unfair to say that it all happened with Reagan, because there was a lot of things that led to where we are now.
No, I know that.
But you aren't wrong in saying that it has found a new it has found a new foothold with regard to I think it's more directed at political power now, because they're using religion as a weapon.
Yes, that's what I mean.
To control the masses, to allow us to allow them to misdirect while they do things that they want to do. They're using religion to misdirect what we're looking at and what we care about,
right,
while they do other things that we should be caring about. Because
by all rights, there's no way that Christians should have anything to do with somebody like Trump at all.
100%.
I mean, the fact...
Dude is so not religious at all.
Yeah.
And couldn't give a fuck. In fact, he probably thinks he is God.
Yeah. Well, he thinks he's persecuted like Jesus, and they agree.
Right.
So, I mean, that's just
he eats
weird.
that shit up, so.
Yeah. Okay, so carrying on with what the Lord's saying, and they will go out and look on the dead bodies of those who rebelled against me.
Wow.
Oh, we're going to die, babe. We're going to get killed.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. The worms that will eat them will not die. The fire that burns them will not be quenched, and they will be loathsome to all mankind.
Not only do I want to kill them, I want to kill them horribly.
Right.
I want them to suffer for all eternity.
Right.
I want them to die so badly that no one else would want to die that way, because, again, fear.
Right.
I need you to fear me.
Right.
So I'm going to literally eternally torture people.
Yeah.
So
not the devil. That's not Satan doing that. That's not the devil doing that.
That's God.
God wants to punish them.
Yes.
Well, I did have somebody once tell me that they wanted to, they wished I was dead, and that they would roast marshmallows over my burning body.
Yeah. And that was even a Facebook post.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Personally, not just sacked his wife. Like, that was a person who knows me personally said that on Facebook about me and to me.
That's good times.
Yeah. So they also have a God complex, I think.
They have something, yeah. Anyway, so that was Isaiah chapter 66, which means that we have finished Isaiah.
You guys, give yourselves right now a pat on the back and a round of applause, because if you have been listening to this book with us, you have completed all 66 chapters of the book of Isaiah, and that is an accomplishment.
It really is. I am elated myself, actually.
I am super excited. Like, I don't even know if Jeremiah is good or not. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's coming up. I'm just so glad to be done with this one.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's how we feel a lot of the time when we get done with one of the books.
You know what? It's always how we feel.
Yeah. So even though we're done, we're not quite done.
We're done with the chapters and the readings.
Right. So what do we have coming up here in the next couple of days?
Okay, so we've got a wrap up where we talk about the book of Isaiah as a whole and answer any unanswered questions that we had, like what the fuck is Dandel?
Yeah.
And shit like that. Any interesting things that come up in my research, any rabbit holes that I want to address.
Okay.
So there's the wrap up. Yep. And then after that, a separate episode will be Contradictions, in which we play You're Always Wrong.
I love that because I'm so right.
No, you're wrong.
Right.
The whole point of the game is that you're wrong based on the fact that it's contradictions.
I know. I just like giving you a hard time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, we will start Jeremiah probably on Monday.
Okay. Was it Jeremiah?
Yeah. He was a bullfrog, remember?
Oh, Jeremiah. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It threw me off.
He was also a prophet. Apparently, that's how the song originally was supposed to go.
Sure.
But they thought that sounded stupid, so they changed it to bullfrog.
You're
Question
talking
mark?
about the song.
Yeah.
Like,
Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
Dun,
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 dun.
dun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a good friend of mine.
Right. All right. Well, that was Isaiah chapter 66.
Sure as fuck was.
And we will be back tomorrow with our wrap up of Isaiah.
Peace out, bitches.
See you then.
Husband.
Wife.
Do you know what we're doing?
Well, word on the street is that you found a rabbit hole
I
in
did.
what we just read.
Mm-hmm.
So, like the last few chapters. So, we decided that we're doing a
Q&A, not on Saturday, because it's on Friday instead.
Yeah. So that means that our order of how this is going to work is that on today, Friday, we're going to be doing a Q&A.
Mm-hmm.
On Saturday, we're going to be doing our
wrap up.
Our wrap up for Isaiah. And then on Sunday, we're going to skip the book club this week.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be doing our
You're Always Wrong.
Or rather, Contradictions episode.
Yeah.
And so that's how this is going to work this week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had every intention of just going straight through the Q&A to the wrap up.
Like doing it all as one type of one episode.
I mean, it's only fucking 4 chapters, whatever.
Right, yeah.
And it's the 4 final chapters, whatever. But this last chapter...
Yeah.
That's mainly what I'm covering today in the Q&A.
Got it. Okay. So you ready to do this?
I am.
All right, let's do it.
Okie dokie. Okay, so remember just before the break, just then, when I said we're mainly going to cover chapter 66 of Isaiah?
I do. I remember that.
Okay, so actually we're only going to cover chapter 66 of Isaiah.
Okay.
Well, I just rechecked my notes to make sure I wasn't missing anything.
Sure.
Pretty much everything that needed to be said, that the unclean clause were like menstrual clause.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
We got all of the
yeah,
things.
like destiny and fortune were goddesses.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
So yeah, I got all that stuff. So we didn't have to really Q&A those.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
But 66 has a lot to unpack.
Got it.
Okay?
Yep.
So chapter 66 is the Lord's judgments and Zion's future hope.
Sure.
Okay. And this chapter contains an oracle delivered after the temple in Jerusalem had been rebuilt following the Jewish people's return from exile.
Right.
And warns against an unduly materialistic approach to the worship of God.
Okay.
Which,
we kind of got that in the reading of it, I think.
Yeah. Like the empty ritualistic stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So in the beginning of the chapter, that part contains the rebuke to ecclesiasticism. And I was like, okay, I've heard of Ecclesiastes.
Right.
But what is ecclesiastism?
Right.
Right?
Yes.
It's an exaggerated attachment to the practices or principles of religion, and as such, building human walls around God, thereby breeding unreality and intolerance.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I kind of like that term, actually.
Right.
Because it's very relevant to today, I feel.
Yes.
So that's very interesting.
It to me is a lot to do with evangelicalism.
Right.
Or,
right.
Charismatic preachers kind of thing.
Yes,
right? All of those
televangelists, all that kind of stuff.
All of those terms kind of go together.
Sure.
Yeah. So I wanted to include that because I really appreciate that term.
Yeah.
Okay. So next we get into, let's talk about verse 3. Okay. Verse 3 goes, but whoever sacrifices a bull is like one who kills a person, and whoever offers a lamb is like one who breaks a dog's neck.
Yeah.
Whoever makes a grain offering is like one who presents pig's blood, and whoever burns memorial incense is like one who worships an idol. They have chosen their own ways, and they delight in their abominations.
Yeah, and I was kind of confused because it's similar things that they do for God, so...
Similar, but not the same.
Sure.
The Jerusalem Bible describes this verse and another one that I'll get to momentarily as a fragment condemning pagan mysteries.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So, again, similar but not the same.
Sure.
Okay? So
I guess if you're in the business of sacrificing animals to gods, you would know better as to which sacrificing is the correct sacrificing, which obviously, since we don't do any of that shit,
right.
we don't know.
But moreover, not only do you need to be worshiping correctly, you need to also be worshiping for the right reasons.
Sure.
And not just going through the motions.
Right, right.
So those are two separate things, and those are both addressed.
Okay.
And a lot of people were either going through the motions, according to Isaiah.
Yeah.
Were either going through the motions or were pretending that it was for one god while they were actually doing it for a pagan god.
Got it.
But we could also say that some people were trying to start combining these religions into one. You know what I mean?
That happened even in, like, that still happened.
Yes.
Regardless.
Yes.
Like, it's still something that happened when Christianity does incorporate pagan.
Yes.
So,
right.
It didn't ever fully rectify.
It never pulled away from that. It merely adopted and adapted.
Sure.
And just changed its tune depending on what was convenient at the day.
Right, right.
So let's move on to verse 12. Okay. You will nurse and be carried on her arm and dandled on her knees. Remember, we had a question about what the fuck is dandling?
Yeah, I was curious.
How does one dandle?
Right.
We had it exactly right. I mean, based on context, it means to move something such as a baby or young child up and down in a playful or affectionate way, like bouncing them on your knee.
I mean, that's just what it sounded like to me. So.
It did, but you can never take things for granted.
That is true. That is true.
And it also sounded really close to diddle. And it just made me need to look it up just to make sure.
Sure.
So verse 17 was the other one that the Jerusalem Bible describes as a fragment condemning pagan mysteries.
Okay.
And that reads, those who consecrate and purify themselves to go into the gardens, following one who is among those who eat the flesh of pigs, rats, and other unclean things.
Right.
So that was the other one there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's move on to verse 19. And I will set a sign among them, and I will send those that escape of them unto the nations, to Tarshish, Lydia, and Lud that draw the bow, to Tubal and Javan, to the isles afar off.
Right.
Now, I may have read that differently from the way I read it in yesterday's.
Yeah.
Because these different places are going to be named differently depending on which translation you're reading.
Sure.
The one that we were reading went straight to the interpretation that is readable.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the names that are listed in this verse are distant outposts of the world known to Israel at that time, which we commented on specifically.
Yes.
So Tarshish, which was a place that I mentioned in yesterday's and today's.
Yeah.
That is Spain, France, and Italy.
Okay.
So that extended further than I thought, actually.
Sure. Yeah.
Pool is a region in Africa. Lud is Libya, which yesterday we read Libya because I remember it was the Libyans.
Yeah.
And but in this translation, the King James, I believe, it says Lud.
Got it.
But what they mean by that is Libya. So now we know.
Okay.
Tubal was one of the early guys from way back.
Sure.
And his tribe settled in the northeastern of Europe or Russia. So that's that area, which again, that's even further.
Yeah, right.
Further afield.
Yep.
The one that we read yesterday said Greece. The one in today's that I just read. Yeah. The King James says Javan, which is a Greek name for Greece.
Got it.
So there you go.
Okay.
Okay. So now we know where those are. And that's the whole world according to Israel at that time. That's the whole fucking world. So when God said the whole world after all. Exactly. Yeah. So when God was saying the whole world, that's the only bit of the world he knew.
Got it.
Yep. Okay. So we're going to move on to verse 21. And I have a little bit to say about this.
Okay.
Okay. Verse 21 says, "And I will select some of them also to be priests and Levites,"
Yes.
says the Lord.
Yes.
And we had a problem with that because we were like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What was our question about the Levites?
Well, they're supposed to be from the tribe of Levi.
Right.
So you can't select people into a tribe.
Right. So, apparently that was a very good question that we had, and it depends on which school of thought that you're in. Remember when we first started reading the Bible and the Torah specifically, and we learned about all the different, like the Deuteronomist and the P ones and the J ones and all that?
Right.
Okay, so this gets into which author you think that some of this stuff falls under. Okay. So some scholars propose that those parts of the Torah attributed to the Elohist, remember, those were the ones that like were leaning towards Elohim as opposed to the Yahweh.
Right. And that was very early in the Bible. That was basically Genesis mostly.
Yeah. They seem to treat Levite as a descriptive attribute for someone particularly suited to the priesthood.
Okay.
Rather than as a firm designation of a tribe, and believe that Moses and Aaron are being portrayed as part of the Joseph group rather than being part of a tribe called Levi.
Huh.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
I have a little bit more on that. Jawist passages have more, and that was the ones that we called the J guys or whatever. I can't remember the word that we used.
Sure.
They have more ambiguous language, traditionally interpreted as referring to a person named Levi. They could also be interpreted as just referring to a social position titled Levi.
Okay.
And then the priestly source, the P documents, remember?
Yeah.
Which critical scholars view as originating centuries later, portray the Levites firmly established as a tribe, period, the end, and as the only tribe with the right to become priests.
Right. And that was the majority of what we read.
Yes.
Somewhat, at least with, like, they were very adamant about
They were
Levites.
adamant, yes.
So.
And that's what we got stuck with. You
Sure.
and I. They put that in our head, and we thought that was the way it was.
Yeah.
And that was written several centuries after the earlier parts.
Got it.
So
it depends on who's reading what and interpreting it in which way.
At that time, it was important that Levi be a tribe. Now, where we're at in Isaiah, it's like, it was just a position, whatevs.
Right.
Okay. So many scholars hold that it is very likely that priestly groups such as the Levites existed during the First Temple period, since the existence of cultic groups of that kind were very common within the ancient Near East.
Okay.
So it was likely that it was just you were chosen to that position because that was a cult.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
So we had a very good question, which I always appreciate. That okay, so we were paying good attention.
Right.
Yeah. Moving on to verse 24. And they will go out and look on the dead bodies of those who rebelled against me. The worms that will eat them will not die. The fire that burns them will not be quenched, and they will be loathsome to all mankind.
Right.
There was lots of like fire and shit in that in the interpretation that we read. This is virtually the only passage to speak of lasting judgment and comparable to hell.
Yeah.
And we commented on that at the time.
We did, yeah.
Yeah. So I found that interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is the majority of chapter 66 as a whole. But then I found a rabbit hole.
Okay.
And I had to talk about it. Do you remember when we were saying that the whole sending out and bringing back of people was very like, oh, those were like the first missionaries?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So there was this guy. Sometimes I will read from a Christian perspective just to try to like compare and contrast, and because I'm trying to do my due diligence and stuff, right?
Right.
So he was talking about this group that claimed to be descended directly from the tribe of Manasseh.
Okay.
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 And I was like, what? So I had to read up on that. Okay.
Sure.
Because he was selling this as, okay, let me just read this. As part of God's ultimate work, as the missionaries go out, the people of Israel ultimately come back in a magnificent regathering, right?
Okay. Yeah.
That, the missionaries go out, and then more and more people come in, and Israel and all the Jews get back together, and it's just a great party.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And Israel is rebuilt and wonderful. And then, according to the Christians, Christ comes back. And
Right.
it's a whole party.
Yeah.
Okay. So this guy says this is partially fulfilled now in Israel's regathered state, which, okay, I see why you would say that.
Right.
In 1951, there was supposedly remarkable example of modern day regathering. This is the group that I was like, excuse me, what?
Right.
Okay. The B'nai Manasseh, or children of Manasseh, known as the Shinglung in India,
Okay.
is a community of Indian Jews from various Tibeto-Burmese ethnic groups from the border of India and Burma who claim descent from one of the lost tribes of Israel. And some of them have adopted Judaism. The community has around 10,000 members. The movement began in 1951 when a tribal leader reported having a dream that his people's ancient homeland was Israel. Yeah, he just had this dream, okay? So some tribal members began embracing the idea that they were Jews after that.
Okay. Yeah.
Before the movement started, the community was largely a Christian one. Okay. Israeli Rabbi Eliyahu Avichel named these people the B'nai Manasseh based on their account of descent from Manasseh. Okay. And they did like all this research, and they were able to name so many family members, like all the way back, and like an ancestry.com kind of chart thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And it seemed totally legit. And so like, okay, sounds legit. That's really cool. Y'all come on in, right?
Sure.
Come back to Israel. And some did.
Sure.
Okay. However, and I wrote however in like all caps and bold, period. In 2003. So, I mean, this is like
somewhat recent. Right.
And still going. Okay.
Okay.
In 2003, DNA testing of several hundred male community members did not yield conclusive evidence of Middle Eastern ancestry. According to a scholar involved with the project, researchers found no genetic evidence of Middle Eastern ancestry for the men. And they tested like 350 men or somewhere thereabouts.
Sure.
Okay. Now, I did write a note. The study has not been published in a peer-reviewed journal. And that's very important because peer review is how the scientific process works.
Sure.
Somebody makes a claim and they make it boldly by publishing, and then other scientists come behind, or researchers come behind and, add their 2 cents.
Right.
So, that's what we got. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not been peer reviewed. However, people have spoke up about it.
Right.
And they're like, I don't think so, guys.
Right.
Okay. In 2004, so the very next year, Kolkata's Central Forensic Science Laboratory posted a paper at Genome Biology on the internet. And this also has not been peer reviewed. Okay. They tested a total of 414 people from the tribal communities, and they found no evidence among the men indicating Middle Eastern origin. Okay.
So it's sounding very likely that there's no connection.
Correct. Okay. And I am going somewhere with this, I promise. Okay. And this will tie into exactly what's happening today. And that's why I had to include it. Okay. So the results rather indicated the tribe were distinctly East and Southeast Asian in origin. Okay. In 2005, a Kolkata-based study found evidence of a maternally descended Near Eastern ancestry, but suggested the findings were an artifact of thousands of years of intermarriage between peoples of the Near and Middle East. So, I mean, we're talking 3 different studies at this point that are all like, nah.
Right.
I mean, again, none of them are peer reviewed, but ...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's not put all our hopes and prayers in this. Okay. So in the early 21st century, so that would be early 2000s, which is where we are.
Yeah.
Israel halted immigration by the B'nai Menashe because they had invited them. They were like, come on in, y'all,
Right,
come back
right.
to Israel. This is awesome. You know, we want everybody who is even a little bit Jewish to get on over here because we got that second coming thing or what the fuck ever.
Right.
You know, depending if you're Jewish or Christian, but it's a party in Israel.
Sure.
Okay. So in early 2000, Israel halted immigration by the B'nai Menashe, but after a change in government, the immigration was allowed again. Okay.
Okay.
The chief rabbi of Israel ruled in 2005 that the B'nai Menashe, I keep pronouncing it different every time. I'm sorry.
That's right.
Were recognized as part of a lost tribe.
Okay.
In spite of evidence to the contrary.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, all caps and bold. However, period. And this is where shit got real for me. Okay. I'm wrapping it up and I'm bringing it back around. There's this awesome social scientist called Dr. Lev Grinberg. He's the director of the Humphrey Institute for Social Research at the Ben-Gurion University of the Negev, Israel.
Okay. Yep.
He's also well renowned in his field. And I was like reading all up on him and I'm kind of in love with him now. And I want to learn everything about him.
Okay.
He commented that, quote, right-wing Jewish groups wanted such conversions of distant people to boost the population in areas disputed by the Palestinians.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So that's where it stands today.
I see. So that's a large part of the response. That's what's happening with the settlements and things like that. They're a large part of those settlements and things.
Some of them, yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah, that pretty much was like, it blew my mind.
Yeah.
And I was blown away because this is thousands of years ago, there were these tribes, right? And then today we are impacted by, did those tribes exist? And let's at least pretend that they do so that we can take these people's land and so that we can create this whole religious autocracy thing, this whole fascist world takeover thing in Israel and, you know, whatever. And the fact that our country is impacted by this, like, that's crazy to me today. This is happening today.
Yep.
So I had to go down that rabbit hole once I read all that.
Well, that's good information, right? For sure. Yeah.
Right? And relevant to today.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that is definitely interesting.
Interesting, inflammatory.
Right.
Mind-blowing, mind-boggling. Like, and you know what? Here's the hard part. Like, part of me really, really wanted these people to be legit descendants from the tribe of Manasseh, because think about the historical impact, right?
Sure.
Think about how amazing that is, that if you could trace your family heritage all the way back that far to a tribe that existed in the Torah.
Right.
Think about that. Like,
yeah, that's
just
crazy.
Just from a literary and historical, like, if I'm not living on this planet and I'm just reading a book about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think of how awesome that would be. The researcher in me, the objective researcher that's uninvolved in this planet, really just was wowed out at the prospect.
There is a slight question I have about that, and that's that, I mean, if we really take this at some level, we all descended from the same groups of people, especially according to the Bible.
Right.
Right.
Of course.
So the fact that Israel at all distinguishes between this person and that person seems a little xenophobic to me.
No, totally.
You know,
totally.
like if they want to be, you know, Israelites, if they want to join, you know, Judaism, shouldn't they just welcome them in regardless of ancestry or whatever, right?
Well, and they did.
They did after some back and forth.
Sure.
So there's still some xenophobia there.
Sure.
On one side of the political spectrum or whatever.
Well, they were allowed to convert to Judaism. They were allowed to come there and learn Hebrew,
Okay.
and they were allowed to convert to the religion and start learning all of the practices and all of that. They were allowed that. But the question was whether or not they would be granted, okay, we see that you're like Jewish, to use George Santos's phrase. He claimed to be Jewish, and then people were like, no, you're not. And he was like, I said I was Jewish. And so I'm stealing that phrasing and applying it to these people.
Yeah.
And the people of Israel were like, okay, we see that you are acting Jewish, but the question is actually, but are you of Jewish descent? Are you Jewish?
Right.
And that was what they were trying to prove. And that's what they hoped to prove. And the guy in charge, whatever his name is, the rabbi there, was like, yeah, totally, I prove this. You are totally from the lost tribe of Manasseh.
Right, because Judaism essentially is more than just a religion. It is actually a race of people, essentially.
Insofar as races exist, yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's treated that way sometimes at the very least. Like, that is...
It's how we're able to find, from what I could understand from what I was reading on this, what they were looking for was certain Y chromosomes. That's why they did more testing of men than women. They did do a testing of women, but it was really hard to differentiate because of intermarriages. Yeah. And because they traveled, Sure. What is that word where you travel? Immigrate. They immigrated across the land or whatever. So they were looking for a certain type of Y chromosome in men that would indicate not that they were Jewish, but they could tell what region they were from at that time. So it's kind of like we see not what you are, we see what you're not. Right. And that kind of empty space, if you will, tells us what you are.
Gotcha.
So it's a tricky thing because, you don't want to say, yeah, we could totally tell from your DNA that you are XYZ.
Sure. No, I get it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, is that all you've got for us today?
That is all I got for us today.
All right. Well, that was Isaiah chapters 63.
3, 4, 5, and 6.
But mostly 66.
It was chapter 66.
Q&A.
Yeah.
And so we will be back tomorrow with
our Isaiah wrap-up.
All right. And then after that, we'll be doing the Contradictions, and I'll be getting out the weekly wrap-up for the whole week. Mm-hmm. And then we'll be back on Monday starting
Jeremiah chapter 1.
And yeah, we'll see you then.
Okie dokie. Husband.
Wife.
What are we doing today?
Well, we have finished Isaiah, so that means that today we are doing
a wrap-up.
Yeah, we're finishing it up. We're going over the shit. We're ending Isaiah.
We're almost out of here.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we've got You're Always Wrong.
And then we'll be officially done.
Yes. And it can't happen soon enough.
Did you want to give us a sneak peek of anything we're going over today, or just get right into it?
We're just mostly talking about what the book entailed and who was Isaiah and how do we view it today kind of thing. So, okay. I mean, it's a lot of it's stuff that we may have discussed before, but that I thought deserved a recap.
Put it at the end. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Sounds good. You ready to do this?
I am.
Let's do it.
Okie dokie. Okay, so we are summarizing the book of Isaiah and wrapping that shit up.
Okay.
If you had to give a summary of Isaiah, like just a brief overview, could you do it?
I think my brief overview would be they can't decide who's writing the fucking book.
Yeah.
And God wants to kill us all and save us all.
Yes.
That's the gist of it.
And he still really loves the Israelites and also hates
Oh,
them.
and the New Testament loves it.
Yes, they do.
So
they really do a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, that about does it. I guess we're out. Just kidding. So the book of Isaiah is the first of the latter prophets.
Okay.
In the Hebrew Bible, and the first of the major prophets in the Christian Old Testament.
Got it.
So just depends on how you talk about it.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. It is identified by a superscription as the words of the 8th century BCE prophet Isaiah ben Amoz.
Unless, of course, you skip to the part where it's not the 8th century and it's later.
Yeah.
Where somebody else is writing it for him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
BCE. 8th century BCE.
Right.
Yeah. The book of Isaiah is a collection of prophecies and oracles delivered by the prophet Isaiah, hypothetically,
right,
over a period of several decades in the 8th and 7th centuries BCE.
That's a very friendly way of putting that.
Yes. We're going to break it down a little bit more as we, go through this, but that's the general overview.
Okay. All right.
The book is divided into two main parts, First Isaiah and Second Isaiah. Okay, that's separate from, remember we decided later on that it was also broken up into 3 different parts.
Right. That's not confusing at all.
No, it just, people have divided it in using different methods. Okay. So, a lot of scholars view it as First Isaiah and Second Isaiah.
Which is essentially where Isaiah might have written it compared to where Isaiah definitely didn't write it.
No, that would be, the way they do that is more the
3 sections?
The 3 sections.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's how they determine the time period.
Okay.
This one is just more based on the purpose and material of the books. Okay, so First Isaiah would consist of chapters 1 through 39. Remember, there's a total of 66.
Yep.
So 1 through 39. First Isaiah is primarily concerned with the judgment and salvation of the kingdom of Judah.
Right.
Isaiah condemns the people of Judah for their idolatry, injustice, and hypocrisy. He warns them that God's judgment is coming, but he also promises that a remnant of faithful people will be saved. And that's a pretty good, I think, summary of First Isaiah.
Was that
right?
the bit? Did he walk around naked in the first Isaiah?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to check.
You just wanted to say Isaiah walked around naked.
Well, I mean, that's good shit.
That is good shit.
That's a juicy bit,
That is a juicy bit.
Yeah.
That didn't make it into my notes, and it should have.
Yeah,
so
right.
That's on me. The second Isaiah consists of chapters 40 through 66.
Okay.
And second Isaiah was written during the Babylonian exile.
Right.
After the kingdom of Judah had been conquered and destroyed.
Right.
In these chapters, Isaiah offers a message of hope and consolation to the exiled Israelites. He assures them that God will deliver them from exile and restore them to their homeland. He also prophesies the coming of a Messiah who will establish a new kingdom of justice and peace. We'll get into the Messiah a little bit later.
Yeah.
But the Messiah that they're referring to there is Cyrus.
Right.
So,
right.
But again, we'll talk about that later.
That he calls by name, apparently, because
yeah,
he prophesied it that well.
Yeah, sure. Another way to organize the chapters is thus, and this is also split in 2. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But this is split exactly in half. Chapters 1 through 33, and then chapters 34 through 66.
What is the purpose of that?
It's
just to split it in half?
It's another way that scholars view it.
Okay.
So in chapters 1 through 33, if we're going to divide it out this way, this section warns of judgment and promises restoration for Judah, Jerusalem, and the nations. God has a plan which, when realized, will see Jerusalem as the center of his worldwide rule. On that day, all the nations of the world will come to Zion, Jerusalem, for instructions. But first, the city must be punished and cleansed of evil. Israel is invited to join in this plan. Because remember, he's mostly talking to Judah at that point.
Right.
The significance of the Assyrian judgment, and keep that in mind, Assyrian judgment against Israel is explained. Righteous rule by the Davidic king will follow after the arrogant Assyrian monarch is brought down.
Okay.
Preparation of the nations for Yahweh's world rule is announced, and it is further announced that a royal savior, the Messiah, will emerge in the aftermath of Jerusalem's punishment. So you can see that this is phrased a little bit differently. Even though it covers the same material, the focus is different.
Sure.
And in this breakdown, chapters 34 through 66 presume that judgment has been pronounced and restoration follows soon. The oppressor, who is now identified as Babylon rather than Assyria,
right,
which is one of the ways in which we can tell that there might have been at least two, if not many more authors,
right,
is about to fall. It is prophesied that Yahweh will return the redeemed exiles to Jerusalem, and we are told of the faithfulness of King Hezekiah to Yahweh during the Assyrian siege as a model for the restored community. The restoration of Zion is taking place because Yahweh, the creator of the universe, has designated the Persian king Cyrus the Great as the promised Messiah and temple builder.
Right.
It is, quote unquote, predicted that a suffering servant will be the Messiah, the one that the prophet speaks of in the previous verses. We then read an exhortation to Israel to keep the covenant. God's eternal promise to David is now made to the people of Israel and Judah at large. The book ends by enjoining righteousness as the final stages of God's plan come to pass, including the pilgrimage of the nations to Zion and the realization of Yahweh's kingship.
Wow, that is very that is a very happy version,
right,
for people who believe in God.
Yes.
That you just portrayed there.
Yes.
Because that is like I can see how they got that.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm like, that is so far from what I was hearing.
And that's why I wanted to include these different ways to break it down, because now that, like, I had read those and I read from those a little bit before we started.
Yeah.
And we didn't really get the full impact of that because we hadn't read it yet.
Sure.
Now that we've read it, we can look back at the way that people are studying this and going, oh, you're dumb.
These fuckers have beer goggles when they fucking read the Bible.
Yeah.
They're like,
definitely
I
do.
love God. He's such a great guy.
Oh my gosh. You ain't right. So, as we discussed, few scholars today attribute the entire book, or even most of it, to one person. Yeah.
Hilarious.
However, the book's essential unity has become a focus in more recent research. So,
okay.
You know,
meaning that it doesn't all work together because obviously other people wrote it.
Right, but that would be saying that we recognize that it's written by other people, but the unity, what they mean by that is all the messages combined together from all these different authors over time period.
Oh.
That's what unity means.
I mean, the unity was very simple because the unity was essentially God is going to save people, but he's also going to punish people. The unity is follow these rules and fear God. The unity is just the message that we've been hearing since early on.
I was just going to say, hasn't it always been that message?
Yeah, it's the same fucking message. It's just coming from a different prophet.
Sure.
And it's not.
And he's putting a little more skin in the game.
To be perfectly honest with you, I didn't feel a lot of unity in how the book, went through. Like there was definitely different tones and different ways that things were handled throughout this book.
Okay, keep in mind, because I don't disagree. I do agree with you, but keep in mind that A, this is our first read through. B, we don't really fully understand a lot of the history and context of what was going on at the time. We're still piecing it all together
Sure.
as non-academics and non-scholars. And see, we're reading a chapter at a time over a very long time period.
Yeah.
And losing a lot of like what happened in the beginning of the book versus where we just finished. So I think you're making a fair critique, but I also think that it's not necessarily a fair critique in that you have to take into consideration all those other points.
I guess. I just didn't find a lot of consistency in how it was written.
Sure.
And what it was written about, because...
And that's why the scholars break it down into different parts.
Right. Obviously. But the beautiful version that we're trying to pitch is that Isaiah wrote the whole fucking thing and predicted all the things. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
That can't ever work in my head.
No, I get
That's
it.
never going to be a thing that is going to say... I'm never going to say Isaiah was written by Isaiah.
No,
that's just
I
not how it happened.
I totally agree with you. And they weren't trying to say that. When they say the essential unity, they're not trying to say the book was written by one guy. They're trying to say, no, this clearly was written by a bunch of guys who were all trying to say a very similar thing and who added to each other's messages. So they're looking at the bulletin board and not the individual pieces and the authors of each note that's pinned on the board.
But I guess we're talking about, I may be getting too far ahead here, but the part that bothers me, I guess, is that we are talking about God, right? And God's message, and it's being told to us hypothetically through Isaiah. And so you and I, based on reading this and based on some of the research we've done, know that is not true.
Right.
Like, there are other writers, right?
Yes.
So essentially, what Isaiah is to me is a big fat fucking lie.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree. 100%.
And why does God need to have people lie for him?
Totally
why does
agree.
God need to spread a message that is not truthful?
Well, because there is no such thing as God.
No, I get that. I obviously I get that.
Right.
But what I don't get is how people can't see that. Like, why is that not a question that people have? Why does God, in his book, have to lie to us?
I think you know the answer.
Right.
So I'm not even gonna, because
no, I know.
I think you know the answer. Okay, so moving on, it was held as a consensus through most of the 20th century, so the 1900s, that the book comprises 3 separate collections of oracles. And that's where we get into the Proto, Deutero, and Trito.
Right. Okay.
And we kind of switched from the 1st and 2nd Isaiah to the Proto, Deutero, Trito, because I didn't fully grasp that they had split these up into different groups for different methods of study and at different time periods of study. Sure. So that's another reason I wanted to kind of include all this, so I could like straighten us out a little bit.
Got it.
Okay, so in Proto Isaiah, that's chapters 1 through 39, which that is very consistent with the first half or thereabouts.
Right.
1 through 39 is also the exact same measure as First Isaiah. And
in my recollection, those were the ones that were more or less attributed to Isaiah.
Correct. Proto Isaiah contains the words of the 8th century BCE prophet Isaiah.
Right.
Yes. So basically a little over half the book.
Sure.
First Isaiah.
Yep.
Let's see. Sorry, I scrolled and lost my place. Chapters 40 through 55. So now we're taking that second block of 2nd Isaiah and splitting it into 2.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
So the first part of that, chapters 40 through 55, we call Deutero Isaiah, or the Book of Consolation.
Okay.
And I don't recall having seen that before.
Okay.
Maybe I said it, but like I said, I can't recall it.
Honestly.
This is the work of an anonymous 6th century BCE author writing during the exile. This section describes how God will make Jerusalem the center of his worldwide rule through a royal savior, the Persian king Cyrus the Great, who will destroy the oppressor, Babylon.
Yeah.
Cyrus is merely a tool. He is the agent God uses to bring about Yahweh's kingship. Isaiah speaks out against the corrupt leaders and for the disadvantaged, and roots righteousness in God's holiness rather than in Israel's covenant.
Okay.
Which I was like, whoa, say that again?
Yeah.
He talks more about how God is awesome, so we owe God this, and God is going to find his own self pleasurable. Remember, we were making fun of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was more what was concentrated on in that section than the actual covenant that God made with Israel.
Got it.
Like, it's more about the relationship than the covenant, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Which we kind of realize that, but this phrasing of it, like, really brings that home. Like, oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. So then the latter half of 2nd Isaiah, chapters 56 through 66, was Trito Isaiah.
Sure.
That's what we just finished up.
Yeah.
An anthology of oracles by unknown prophets, about 12 passages composed in the years immediately following the return from exile in Babylon.
Okay.
Trito Isaiah concerns Jerusalem, the temple, the Sabbath, and ultimately Israel's salvation.
And that makes sense. They talked a lot about the rebuilding of Jerusalem and Zion.
Yep. And what's going to happen and how pretty it's going to be in the new heavenses. So the book can be read as an extended meditation on the destiny of Jerusalem into and after the exile, which that is a very, I don't know if I would call it a meditation.
Right. Yeah.
That gets very fairy tale language for me.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I know that a lot of people that read the Bible, quote unquote, they don't really, they read bits and pieces, right? They take out bits and pieces. And I could see how you could make this beautiful because almost every single chapter that we read had a really beautiful thing about the believers, right? So like if you chose to read the quotes about what the believers are going to receive coming into this or that or the other. And you don't
read any of the other stuff.
Right. Yeah. And it would sound fucking wonderful, right?
Yeah.
But we're reading it. We're actually reading it. And it's not. It's fucking trash. And God's fucking us. He's a fucking psychopath.
What I think, this actually just came to my head. And you can tell me to STFU if you want.
Okay.
I think it might be kind of fun to, maybe when we're completely done with the Bible, follow a devotional for a year.
Oh, God.
And just to compare the devotional of how they take out various unrelated verses that happen to have the same message and be like, no, fuck you. This word love or what the fuck ever in this, like, you're taking it completely out of context and you are, asshole.
I mean, it could be interesting, but I don't know if I have it in me to do that.
Right. I think it would be just something to consider.
Yeah.
Let's just put it out.
Right.
Put it out there.
Okay.
I'll type it in like one of our extra ideas to think about page.
Yep.
All right. So next section that I want to get into is who wrote Isaiah, which we already kind of know.
Yeah.
So the authorship of the book of Isaiah has been re-examined and debated by many scholars.
No doubt.
Some claim that style changes, time hops, and shift in word choice indicate as many as 3 separate authors. Others argue for hundreds of contributors, perhaps disciples of Isaiah, compiling his ideas and building on his work. Or maybe these disciples contributed nothing and only collected Isaiah's words throughout his ministry.
Sure.
So.
And you know what? I actually could believe that it was not Isaiah writing the beginning bits, because there was parts where they wrote about Isaiah.
Right.
And if you're Isaiah, I don't feel like you would write about
yourself
Isaiah
in the third person.
Yeah,
only Trump does something so really asinine and weird.
Right.
Yeah.
And there were some times where there was some, things like that happening as far as him speaking too.
Sure.
And that would be very odd if he was writing himself that way.
Yeah, and I think that disciples writing his words for him also would explain some of the, wait, who's talking? Is this Isaiah talking as God, or is this Isaiah talking as God talking as Israel? Or, like, remember, that was so confusing for a while.
It really was. And they were very bad on using pronouns. And we couldn't tell what was going on half the time.
Yeah, it was very difficult.
Yeah.
I don't blame myself for that.
No,
at all.
No.
Okay, so the earliest manuscript of Isaiah was found among the Dead Sea Scrolls dating from 175 BCE.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Isaiah was one of the most popular works among Jews in the period between the foundation of the Second Temple, circa 515 BCE, and its destruction by the Romans in 70 CE.
Okay.
So think about that time period.
Yeah.
Jesus, if we're to believe he was born in year 0,
right,
he would have been very influenced by Isaiah.
Definitely.
So that kind of,
and it would have more of a, like, it would have a an in the moment meaning.
Yes.
Because the Romans just, like, that's not even something that we discussed, right? Because it's not in Isaiah.
Sure.
But it would have a very relevant meaning in that moment.
Yes.
Because they could interpret it to mean this is that moment, not the prior.
Right. Exactly.
So that is actually really interesting.
Yeah. I saw those dates and I was like, oh, like, I just got goosebumps.
That's literally nothing we talked about at all.
Right.
But
and it doesn't say it in my notes either.
Right.
It's something that occurred to me as I'm looking at it. I'm like, hold on, 70 CE. Jesus is year 0, right?
So, like, obviously they were under, well, I mean, and we know that they were under Roman control because that's when Jesus got in trouble from the Romans, right? So they were being, they were exiled to Rome, like Rome had control of the Israelites.
Yes.
So if Isaiah was popular prior to the Roman takeover, obviously it still held sway. And so the ideas in Isaiah, and especially because they became very prevalent in the New Testament. Right. That's what I'm saying. We almost know without a doubt that it is all very much pointed to that book,
the book of Isaiah.
And that they were interpreting it within their own time.
Yeah.
That's really interesting, actually.
Yeah, it really is.
I'm glad that came up because that puts a whole new spin on, like, the entire
New fucking Testament is going to be like, oh, I know where you came from.
Yeah, no, that's really cool.
You were written, like, in one day. Okay,
and again, really, I mean, obviously we're just, hypothesizing this ourselves because we didn't read this anywhere, but it makes a lot of fucking sense.
Right. Well, I mean, if you think about this, Rome destroyed the temple in 70, right?
Okay, yeah.
So when Jesus was like a 35-year-old man walking around Rome and doing his thing, and Isaiah was like right at its height before it got trampled along with the temple, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes. It was popular up until 70, obviously, because that's when the Romans came in, and then war was the thing, basically.
Yeah.
And being subjugated and all that.
Yeah.
So,
but Jesus would have been walking around during this time, and
100 years later.
What do you mean?
Well, the temple got sacked by the Romans in 70 BCE, right?
Yeah. No, 70 CE.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I stressed that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I gotcha.
Yeah. So if Jesus is, born year 0, what the fuck ever, why ever our calendar has to be that way.
Sure.
He's a 35-year-old man walking around, and Rome is like 35 years out from destroying the temple.
And they're already under their control too.
Yes. And the book of Isaiah is like at the height of fame.
Right.
That's what I was trying to convey.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy that, like, they will say, Isaiah is so popular that they call him like the 5th gospel, but they don't explain why.
Right.
He's not the 5th gospel. He's the 1st gospel, and everything else came out of it.
Right.
Like, fuck off.
Yeah. Yep.
So anyway, who was Isaiah?
A naked madman.
Right? He was a Judean prophet who served from the end of Uzziah's reign in 740 BCE through 701 BCE when Hezekiah sat on the throne.
Got it.
It is at least possible that his ministry lasted much longer, extending back through Uzziah's reign and forward to the time of Manasseh
Okay.
in 696 to 642 BCE. Okay, whatever, who cares?
I doubt he was there the whole time, because that would have made him
Yeah.
like 100 years old or more.
Sure.
So
Whatever. During the time of these prophecies, Israel and Judah were in danger of being swallowed by the Assyrian Empire because, Assyria was out of control. They were taking over everything.
Right.
They were doing all the things. Isaiah spoke during this troubled time, revealing his people's unfaithfulness to God and foretelling the inevitable Babylonian captivity more than a century before Jerusalem was taken.
Except that, as we already talked about, he was foretelling the Assyrian takeover, because that's what was happening.
Yes.
And the Babylonian thing only happened because somebody else wrote about that instead later.
Exactly.
But okay.
Yeah. It is thought that he probably recorded these events and prophecies in Jerusalem not long after the end of his ministry. Isaiah's writings contrast a loving God with the sinful nation of Israel.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And also, those people are going to pay for their sins.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's not a loving God, but,
No.
whatever you want to think.
No.
But the prophet does more than merely promise disaster amid chaos and uncertainty. Isaiah focuses on the sovereignty of God and his compassionate and holy offer of salvation.
You know the term holier than thou?
Uh-huh.
I think people really like to feel holier than thou.
I think God is holier than thou.
And I feel like Isaiah gives people that ability to feel holier than thou. Mm-hmm. You can say, well, I'm better than you because I follow all the tenets and I truly believe, right?
Yeah.
And obviously you had your all your crops die and all your livestock die because you are just a piece of shit.
Obviously.
And I am so much better than you are.
Uh-huh.
It's the same feeling I get from Christians today. Like they have this thing where they're like, I am going to this perfect, wonderful place and you are going to roast in goddamn hell.
And you deserve it.
Right? Yeah.
You were born on the wrong continent, fuckface. You were not born to people with money, fuckface.
You apparently can't hear God.
Fuckface.
Because
the rest of the sentence is always fuckface.
Right, yeah.
Okay, well.
Right.
You just go on over there and do your thing. But stay out of my uterus,
Right.
Amid chaos and uncertainty, I just read that. Blah, blah, blah. Salvation. Isaiah prophesies that God will turn from righteous anger and lead Israel out of captivity. This is a book of promises.
It sure the fuck was.
Mm-hmm. The assurance of God's holiness carries with it conviction and discipline, but the promise of mercy and salvation brings hope. And the people of Israel needed both discipline and hope.
It must have been really shitty back then because the promise that he gave them didn't sound like a really great promise to me.
Right? Think about how shitty your life must be if that sounds good.
Yeah.
Like, somebody has you in a dungeon, right? And they have broken your kneecaps and fed you like rat poop infested water, and they come along and they're like, all you have to do is XYZ and
beg for forgiveness, basically.
Whatever it may be.
Right.
XYZ, and I will not pull off your fingernails.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, sign me up for that plan. Right? Like that's the idea that we are supposed to be excited about.
Right.
Like, you're gonna not pull out my fingernails and I'm supposed to be grateful?
Yeah.
That is bullshittery at its
I agree.
finest.
That's why I had so much trouble with this book, because
it was
so back and forth about how he was going to punish. And even when you were supposed to be following him or you were on the right path, you were still supposed to fear him.
Always.
Because he could always turn and smite you or kill you or make you do whatever.
Be on his period that day.
Yeah.
I have a feeling you are going to be so cranky during the New Testament, and I was already not looking forward to it. So here's one more thing I wanted to talk about. Isaiah chapter 44 contains the first clear statement of monotheism. And
I kind of vaguely remember that. I think.
we talked about it. We noticed it. We said it.
Yeah.
It's verse 6 in chapter 44, and it goes, I am the first and I am the last. Beside me, there is no God.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then he goes on to say some other stuff. But anyway, well, Yahweh had shown his superior to other gods before. In 2nd Isaiah, he becomes the sole God of the world.
Except for that later we still ended up talking about multiple other gods. And I mean, it reverted back. Like they only held on to it for a moment, and then it was like
in Isaiah?
Yeah.
I don't recall that.
We were talking about what was the deities, the
idols?
Yeah, we were talking about idols, and then there was the capital I can't remember what it was now, but it was like freedom, and I don't know, they started with, there was like an F and there was something else. I can't remember what they started with, but there was some sub gods that came about at one point or something like that.
Fortune and destiny?
Yes, fortune and destiny.
Okay, yes and no. Those were described as pagan idols, not as gods that exist.
Okay.
So,
but they did capitalize them
as names.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
As names of, y'all set the table for this bullshittery.
Right.
You know.
Right.
You set aside.
But they're still acknowledging that other people. They're at least acknowledging that other
people's beliefs, but they're not acknowledging that gods exist.
That was always tenuous though in the past too. They talked a lot about idols in the past, so. It's not a completely different tone.
But they also talked a lot about the belief, or they talked a lot about God, the gods, and who is the best among them. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So, I don't know.
It's subtle, but I mean.
Yeah.
But it didn't change dramatically, other than that statement that was made.
Right.
That statement was a strong push towards monotheism. But,
right. Well, this is the first instant of it, is what they're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. He had shown his superiority to other gods before, which I said.
Right.
And in 2nd Isaiah, he becomes the sole God of the world. This model of monotheism became the defining characteristic of post-exilic Judaism and became the basis for Christianity and Islam.
It's just funny to me, though, that they're saying monotheism, right?
Yeah.
This God hasn't even touched the islands or the, these other far places that are not really that fucking far.
Right.
And I'm like, if you are the only God, you should be telling us about the fucking Native Americans. You should be telling us about the
people on the rest
people
of
in
the
Japan
planet,
or whatever. Like you should know everything.
Yeah.
But no, you only know this small patch of land, and that's it.
Exactly.
Which is because the only people that do know this are the people that are writing it. So
yeah.
Whatever. I'm going off about
stupid shit. It is stupid.
Yeah.
But that is all I had for today to summarize and yak about the book of Isaiah.
All right. Sounds good. Well, that is our wrap up for today.
Yep.
And we will be back tomorrow with our
You're Always Wrong
or Contradictions episode.
Sure as fuck will.
And then I will get our weekly replay together for all of our episodes this week. And then we will be back on Monday starting
Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Dun, dun, dun.
All right. We'll see you guys then.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you know what today is and what we're doing?
Well, it is the very end. And I mean the very, very end.
The final.
Isaiah, which means that we're doing
You're Always Wrong.
That's correct. And so you have some good stuff for us today?
I have about 17 questions. Yeah.
17 questions.
Mm-hmm,
okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You were you ready to get into this?
Yes. Yes,
right.
I am.
Let's do it.
Okie dokie. Okay, so we just finished Isaiah and we did the wrap up, and now we are getting into You're always wrong.
Or Contradictions. Yes.
Yes. That is also what it is called.
Correct, yeah.
But I like to say that you're always wrong.
I know you do. Yeah.
Like for example, question number 1.
Yeah.
Is it necessary to keep the Sabbath? Whichever way you guess, you're wrong.
Well, you're giving away the answer already.
You have to pick one. Yes or no. Those are your choices.
What was the question again?
Is it necessary to keep the Sabbath?
I'm going to go with no.
Right. According to Isaiah, God changed his mind about the Sabbath that he had, said early on.
Yeah.
And it is now an iniquity.
Right, and that's why I said no, because based on what we're reading now, he's like, as long as you are fearing me and blah 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 blah, that's the important part, not the actions, the feeling is more important.
However,
you're
always wrong. Of course, it is necessary to keep the Sabbath.
Of course, yeah.
It is one of the 10 commandments.
Yeah.
And is a perpetual covenant as stated in Exodus, Leviticus, and even Isaiah.
Not to mention, that motherfucker killed a guy for picking up sticks on the Sabbath.
I was just going to say, whoever defiles it shall surely be put to death.
Yeah.
According to Exodus and Numbers.
Right?
So,
I mean, that's a strong punishment that he actually enforced.
Yes.
For it to be changed later, just offhandedly.
I know. Later on, he's like, meh.
Right? It's so dumb.
But God never changes. That's what I heard. Fuck you. Okay, number 2. Does God help in times of need? Your choices are yes or no.
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 I'm giving that answer based on my experience in this world.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, you're right. The answer is no. In 1 Samuel, it's quoted, "You shall cry out in that day, and the Lord will not hear you."
Yeah.
In Psalms, it says, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? Why art thou so far from helping me?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I cry in the daytime, but thou hearest not."
But I have to say, generally the reasons that they give for God not helping is because you were being bad. You were being wrong.
But sometimes he's just a dick.
Sometimes he is just, and he decides just for generations to not listen to people because he's like, I don't like them.
Out.
I don't like them this century. So
I'm out.
Whatever. Fuck y'all.
Peace, bitches.
Yeah.
And then in Isaiah, the Lord says, "And when you spread forth your hands, I will hide mine eyes from you. Yea, when you make many prayers, I will not hear." Because he's a poopy.
He sure is.
Then Isaiah says, "You are a God that hides thyself."
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. But guess what?
I'm wrong.
You're always wrong.
Yeah.
Because, of course, God helps you in your time of need. In Psalms, it says, "For he has not despised nor abhorred the affliction of the afflicted, neither has he hid his face from him. But when he cried unto him, he heard."
Yeah.
And it also says in Psalms, God is our refuge and our strength, a very present help in trouble.
Yeah.
And then it also says in Psalms, the Lord is near to all who call upon him.
That's very
cute.
Nice. Yeah.
That's cute.
And only relevant to people that get something that they want. So.
He's adorable.
Yeah.
It's a lie.
Did you find your keys? Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, good for you. yeah. Number 3. We've covered this one multiple times, but we always cover it as we cover new material.
Okay.
Can God be seen? Yes or no?
I'm gonna go with no.
Really?
Well, only because he has said it adamantly that you cannot see him, and he's not going to show his face to people. But he's also said the opposite. So I will go with no.
You're gonna go with no.
Yeah.
Okay. No, God is invisible and cannot be seen, and if you do see him, you'll fucking die. In Exodus, it says, "There shall no man see me and live." So, yeah, you're totally right, but guess what?
I'm correct.
You're always wrong.
Damn it, I'm always wrong about that.
Abraham saw God several times. Isaac saw him twice. Jacob saw God face to face and beat him in a wrestling match.
Yeah.
Although that might have been an angel of the Lord, not the Lord himself.
Yeah, that was questionable.
So I'll let that one pass.
Right.
Moses spoke to God face to face and even got a peek at God's backside.
He sure did.
I remember that.
But I mean, so technically he didn't speak to him face to face. He just saw his ass.
Wow.
So I'm just saying.
I don't know about that. Moses, Aaron, Nadab, Abihu, and 70 elders saw God.
Yeah, I kind of remember that. Yeah.
Job saw God, after God and Satan tormented him and killed his children. And Isaiah, a man of unclean lips, saw God sitting on a throne below some 6-winged seraphim.
Why was he the unclean lips? Why did he have unclean lips? I don't remember that bit.
I don't either, but that's what it said in the thing I was using, and I thought maybe you would be like, "Oh yeah, his lips were unclean."
Yeah, no, I'm curious about the unclean lips.
I don't know about that, but he did see God.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
you're always
was
wrong.
this during his naked rant where he was in the desert and on drugs? Probably. Okay.
Probably. Number 4, are we punished for the sins of others?
Yes.
Yes, we are. God punishes children for things that their fathers, grandfathers, great-grandfathers, and great-great-great-grandfathers did.
I think even further than that.
He is so proud of this that he repeated it 4 times, twice in Exodus and once each in Deuteronomy and Numbers.
I thought they even said something about punishing future generations or different people in Isaiah even.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm not there yet.
Okay, sorry.
Yep. Bastards don't choose to be born out of wedlock, yet according to Deuteronomy, God punishes them by excluding them from his congregation.
Right.
And not just them, but all of their descendants for 10 generations.
It's crazy.
Were you born out of wedlock? Fuck you. According to Deuteronomy, if you fail to follow all of God's commandments, God will curse your children.
Yeah.
And sometimes God slaughters children for the unspecified sins of their fathers, as in Isaiah.
I think that's just a nice way to put there are natural disasters that they don't know why they happen. And they're like, well, it was probably God and you deserved it. Or,
probably your grandfather did something shitty.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. We cannot know.
Right.
Other examples occur in Genesis, 1st and 2nd Samuels, and 1st and 2nd Kings. But I didn't list all of them because that's enough.
It is.
But guess what also? You're always wrong.
Am I?
Deuteronomy, 2 Kings, and 2 Chronicles all state that fathers shall not be put to death for their children, and children shall not be put to death for their fathers.
Well, there's some things. So a father being put to death for his child, that's like reverse time frame. So like that's not future generations, that's previous generations. So I guess God's okay with that. You can do something shitty and previous generations are still okay, but the future ones might still get bad. Now the son and then his children, that part I don't quite understand because I would feel like that's still future generations. So
well, it's saying that if you do something shitty, your kid can be punished, and if your kid does something shitty, you can be punished. Which actually that has a lot to do with a current court case, because it says the fathers shall not be put to death for their children.
Right. You just said that they could, though.
Oh, I meant couldn't. Sorry.
Got it. Yeah.
What's interesting is that there's a current court case where one of the kids that brought a gun to school and killed other people with it. Mm-hmm. It's the one that was like not most recent, but very recent, like within the past 6 months to a year.
Okay.
He was pulled aside by teachers for scary drawings that he had made. Okay. And he was sent to the office because he had a gun in his backpack, I think.
Okay.
Or something like that. And the drawings were like him shooting other kids and like blood everywhere. Jesus. And him like his stick figure self saying kill them all or something.
Right.
And so they were like, oh, that's kind of scary. So that's why I sent him to the office.
Yeah.
And they called his parents in, and the parents came in and had a little conference or whatever. And then the mom texted the son, I'm not mad at you, just try not to get caught next time. Or something like that.
I don't know how I feel about that, but.
And he had made purchases for bullets, and the parents gave him they were supplying him with guns and
that I'm not okay with.
Yeah.
But okay.
In spite of mental health issues.
Right.
And, right. The school asked the kid or asked the parents, do you maybe want to take him home today? 'Cause
yeah.
And the parents were like, no, he's fine, whatever. And the school was like, okay. And they didn't check his backpack. They didn't check his locker. And that day he shot up the school.
Oh, wow.
So, the kid definitely is being held responsible, or maybe he killed himself. I don't even remember. But now, there is a trial. Can the parents be held responsible?
Gotcha.
And so, they will be punished for what the kid did, maybe.
Right.
They're going to have a hard time. What's really interesting is that the mom and the dad are not, their cases are separate. They are not combined.
Got it.
And so they are each being represented by different legal counsel.
Got it.
And there's question about whether they might turn on each other. So I'm really surprised that you hadn't heard about that, because that's like happening like within the last week, that court stuff.
Yeah, no, I had not heard about that.
So we'll see what happens, if the parents will be punished for their child.
Right. But that's not God punishing, though.
No, you're right.
That's,
it's not.
People punishing. So
although, I mean, maybe God is using them
as a tool.
Yeah, he's using the court system as a tool.
Yeah.
That could be argued.
I guess.
Number 5. Will God curse the earth?
Yes.
Yes. According to Isaiah, he promises to do it again.
Yeah.
But you're always wrong.
Right.
Because
there's that.
After the flood in Genesis, God swore he'd never curse the earth again.
I don't hold much stock in God's promises.
He doesn't
in the
seem
Bible
to follow through.
Yeah, no, they're kind of shit.
His covenants are weak.
They really are.
But I mean, anytime you make a covenant and you have to cup another man's balls when you're doing it, that automatically makes me wonder if you're to be trusted.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I agree.
Number 6. Will everyone see the majesty of God? Your choices are yes or no.
No.
No. The wicked will not see the majesty of God, according to Isaiah. But guess what?
I'm correct on this one.
You're always wrong.
Oh, fuck.
Everyone will see the majesty of God according to... Oh, wait. Isaiah. Hang on. Will you, won't you? Will you, won't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 7. Does God ever get furious? Yes or no?
Yes. I mean,
yes.
That I've seen... Well, I have read... I've heard from you firsthand.
Yeah.
He gets fucking furious.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He does. Yeah, you're right. Isaiah indicates the indignation and fury of God is upon all nations and upon all their armies. So yeah, he's pissed.
He is. Remember those crimson-soaked robes or whatever?
I do. He was a murdery
That
fuck.
indicates to me that he was pissed.
He was very angry.
Yeah.
But guess what?
I can't be wrong on this one. This one I'm so right on.
Even though we just quoted Isaiah, Isaiah also quotes God as saying, "Fury is not in me."
But no, there's literally points where he delights in killing people.
Yeah.
Like he loves this shit.
Because God is created by men,
right?
And men are murderous fucks.
Right.
They're rapey and they love slaves.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so, of course, God is down with all that.
Sure.
Number 8, does God ever repent?
No.
You're right. No, the Lord says he will not repent in Numbers, 1 Samuel, and Psalms. He says it multiple times.
Right.
But guess what?
I'm wrong.
You're always wrong. Because he does.
Shocked I am.
Shocked you are. Before the flood in Genesis, and just after the sons of God had sex with the daughters of men, God repented for having made humans.
Okay.
And then after Aaron made the people dance naked around his golden calf in Exodus, God decided to kill all of the Israelites, but Moses talked him out of it by saying, "But what will the neighbors think?"
Right.
So God repented of the evil he'd planned to do.
Yeah.
And then God further repented for different stuff in Deuteronomy, Judges, 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel, and 1 Chronicles.
Interesting.
And then in Isaiah, God told Hezekiah that he would die soon, but he repented after Hezekiah's prayer. So he let Hezekiah live another 15 years.
He repented or he relented?
See, that's what I wondered. And that gets into like word choice. Like, what is the difference between repent and relent?
Sure.
Like, to me, repent means you regret your choice, and so you change your mind.
Sure.
So
no, I mean, God has definitely changed his mind.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But has he shown sorrow over his choices? Because that's how I view repentance, like repenting.
Well, in that case, I guess none of those were examples of repenting.
Right.
Because none of them were actual sorrow for having made a choice.
Right, because God's always right.
Well, or something.
According to the Bible.
Right.
Okay,
no, let's just skip that one then.
Sure.
Okay,
sure.
because that one's too...
It's questionable.
I'm not sure about
that one.
Yeah. Number 9. Why did God turn the sundial back 10 degrees?
Wait, this isn't a yes or no question.
No, you have two options though.
Okay, what are my two options?
Well, I mean, you have to. If I give you both options, then I've just read you the answers.
Right, but I got to choose one to be right or wrong, though, right? And I thought I'm having trouble remembering right now, but it feels like I honestly can't remember.
All right. Well, both
I vaguely
answers,
remember the thing happening.
Okay,
but,
both answers involve it was a sign. But
okay.
What was it a sign of? This one's a fill in the blank. I'm sorry.
What was it a sign of? I'm at a loss here.
Okay, it was either a sign he would heal Hezekiah's boil, according to 2 Kings, or a sign that he would defend the city against the Assyrians, according to Isaiah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. That's interesting.
You can't possibly answer that.
I can't. Yeah, because I didn't even remember that it was in both places, let alone what it was representing. So.
Yep. So he did those things.
So that was the same sundial, though. I remember talking about it at some point. Mm-hmm. But those two things were the same sundial, and they meant two different things in two different places.
Yep.
Interesting.
Right?
That one I'm definitely wrong on, because I didn't know either
wrong.
of the fucking answers.
Yep. I forgot, like, once I read it's a sign of, I was like, oh yeah, I know this one. And then I was like, wait a minute. I do remember that it was a sign.
Right,
but,
right.
Huh. All right, number 10. Who or what is the ransom for the righteous?
Who or what is the ransom for the righteous? Who or what?
If you admit that you're wrong, I'll just read you all your choices.
I admit that I am wrong, because I don't recall.
So sing it. Say, I'm always wrong.
I'm always wrong.
Okay, you heard it here, guys. Okay, so here's
I'm not.
The different choices. The wicked, according to Proverbs, are the ransom for the righteous. Riches, according to Proverbs, are the ransom for the righteous. Or no one and nothing, according to both Job and Isaiah. There is no ransom for the righteous.
Okay. I'm not even sure I'm following this.
Do I know what that means?
Right.
No.
Okay.
But it was said.
Okay.
So that's a contradiction.
There we go. There's a contradiction that I have no idea what it's about.
Yeah.
So,
but it happened. It was there.
There's a thing.
Yep. Number 11. How many gods are there? We've covered this before, but again, as we cover new material,
I'm going to go with 0.
Well, I agree with you, but that's not one of your choices. You've got one or several.
If we're going with those two choices, I go with several.
Okay. Either none or infinity, right?
Right, yeah.
Nothing in between.
Well, because, okay, look, I'm not going to, if there were gods, I'm not going to discriminate, because I don't know which one's the correct one.
Exactly.
So I'm just going to say, if I'm going to say that there could be gods, a god.
They all have equal opportunity.
They all have equal opportunity to prove themselves. Whichever one beats the other gods to the point, then that guy can be God for the day.
Yeah,
or something.
for the day.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so you're right. According to Genesis, Exodus, Deuteronomy, 1 Samuel, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, and Psalms.
That's a lot of right.
They all acknowledge the existence of multiple gods.
That is a lot of right.
They don't say, I am the only God who exists. They say, of all the gods who do exist, because there are many who exist,
right.
I'm the biggest, baddest motherfucker.
Sounds to me that just like on the predominance of evidence here in the Bible that I am correct.
However, you're always wrong.
Fuck you, Isaiah. Fuck you, God.
Only one God, according to Deuteronomy, 1 Kings, and Isaiah. They all indicate in multiple places that there is none else, or things to that effect.
That's what they say.
Yeah, that is what they say in those places.
Yeah.
But I think they're always wrong.
I think the whole book is wrong, because I still think it's 0.
Yeah, it is 0.
Even though
that wasn't
I think I was correct on that one.
But we are looking for contradictions in the Bible.
I know.
And 0 was not one of the options in the Bible. Number 12. Does God ever tire?
Yes, he has taken naps before, I recall.
Yeah, yes.
For like generations, even.
Yes, sometimes he tires. Yes. God was tired after the creation in Genesis.
Right.
Yeah. And God is weary of people and their iniquities in Isaiah. He says so.
I mean, he seems to be weary of us all the time because he's always fucking pissed off and weary of us.
Oh, remember how I was just talking about Isaiah?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're always wrong, because Isaiah also states that God never gets tired.
Ah.
So
he just can't make up his mind. You know what? We kind of commented on this as we were going through Isaiah.
Yeah.
How through the whole book, everything was back and forth.
Yes.
Like you could almost write your own story out of it, because for everything that they said on one side, they said the exact opposite on the other side.
Yes.
And you could interpret it and say what you want from it from pretty much any perspective. It was really dumb.
My very favorite of all of the contradictions are when they fall within the same goddamn book, though. Those are the best. Like, that's how you know that shit is all fucked up.
Yeah.
Because even the writer of one book cannot get it straight.
Right. You say the writer as though there's only one, but
pretend.
Yeah.
Whatever. Right. Number 13. Is God the creator of evil? Depends on the day, right?
Yes.
You're going with yes?
I'm going to go with yes.
Yeah, okay.
Because he creates everything.
Yeah.
According to the Bible.
Sure. Yeah. God brings evil to others in 1st and 2nd Kings, in Job, and in Isaiah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. He's the one who brings the evil to the table. Mm-hmm. But guess what? You're always wrong. I didn't even let you finish that sentence.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
God is not the creator of evil.
All right.
It is said of God in Psalms, "For thou art not a God that hath pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee." Okay?
Okay.
No evil.
Yeah, no evil. Got it.
None.
Except for, you remember, what was it he just did? He did something that was really fucking evil. I think it was the killing of people. Like, it was, I don't remember. I was trying to think of something specific, but now I can't think of it. So.
Well, he's an evil fuck regardless.
He is an evil fuck, yeah. I will, that is completely true.
Even without examples, we
know
this.
Yes.
Okay, number 14.
Okay.
May a eunuch enter into the congregation of the Lord?
According to Isaiah, yeah.
Yeah. In Isaiah, God seemed to prefer eunuchs to everyone else, giving them a better place and an everlasting name.
Right.
True. But guess what?
Well, I already know. know.
The answer's no. In Leviticus and Deuteronomy, eunuchs, along with other blemished people and outcasts, are excluded from all types of religious activity.
How am I supposed to believe anything from Leviticus when even Levites are not even like a secure thing anymore? Like, I can't. Everything is questionable.
I know.
Everything is up in the air.
Once the Levites became not inherited, but instead just a position that anybody could uphold, that is the moment when I started doubting the Bible.
Right? Yeah.
That's the moment.
No. Sorry, I agreed for a second, but I was like, wait, no. It was pretty much the first chapter.
Yeah. We made it all the way to Isaiah before we said, hold on a second, something's not right in this book.
In no way whatsoever.
Right. All right, number 15. Will the righteous flourish?
Again, according to Isaiah, I think so. Except for when God thinks that they're worms sometimes, maybe. But so we'll go with yes.
Okay. Well, the righteous will flourish according to Psalms, but the righteous will perish according to Isaiah. Yeah.
Well, I thought he said that they were going to do good in Isaiah too.
Well, he also said they were going to be bad. So
okay. All right.
He said everybody's going to die.
I mean, that's true regardless, so.
You're all going to die, and even the righteous, and none of you get nothing.
Right.
Number 16. Ooh, I've asked this one before. Is it okay to use perfume?
No.
Correct. No. Perfume is for God, not for you, according to Exodus.
Unless, of course, you're Ruth. I remember
in Isaiah, the daughters of Zion used perfume, so God discovered their, quote, secret parts.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And wearing perfume debases you right into hell, according to Isaiah.
Huh.
Okay?
Yeah.
But, yes, of course it's okay to use perfume. Proverbs states that perfume rejoices the heart. And Esther used it too.
Oh, Esther. That's right.
That's why I ignored you.
Sorry.
Because you
I was
had
wrong.
the name wrong.
Again, yeah.
Esther used it to impress the king, and she was one of God's favorite women.
Yeah.
And the author of the Song of Solomon was a big fan of perfume.
Okay.
So,
all right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Yes and no, and yes and no, yes and no, and yes and no. Number 17. Has there ever been a righteous person?
Job. Wasn't Job a righteous person?
Yes.
So,
Noah was called righteous in Genesis. David was called righteous in 2 Samuel. And God speaks of the righteous in general in Psalms, Proverbs, and Isaiah. But I didn't mention Job, but he was also called righteous.
Yeah.
So, but guess what?
What?
No, you're always wrong.
Why can't I ever be right?
Since childbirth is a dirty process that involves women, how could any of us be clean or righteous?
Okay. All right.
We can't, and we aren't. Job and Isaiah both remind us that we are all unclean, unrighteous, filthy rags.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, that's a shame.
Even though Job was a righteous man.
Right.
So,
yeah.
But he does remind us that we fucking suck.
Okay? I love it when people remind me that I suck. That's such a great way to start a conversation with somebody. Hey, by the way, just a reminder. You suck. You
are a worm, and you are equivalent to menstrual blood. Anyway, go on.
And if
what did you want to talk about?
If you don't bow down before this invisible deity, then you are even more shit.
You're already covered in dookie,
right?
But no, please go on. What did you want to talk about? I think I should use that. Like, if we run into Christians that knock on our door again or something, I think I'm going to be like, I'm sorry, it's just that you're covered in sin. I only talk to righteous folk. And you are basically equivalent to a menstrual rag.
Right.
And I'm just quoting the Bible. I'm very sorry.
Right.
Have a nice whatever.
Yeah.
Hope the afterlife treats you well. But it probably won't, because according to Job and Isaiah, none of us are going to heaven. So fuck off.
Right.
Okay, number 18. Does God desire animal sacrifices?
No.
That is right. No. The book of Psalms is the first book of the Bible to claim that God does not desire animal sacrifices. And some prophets like Isaiah make the same claim.
Yeah.
But guess what?
I know.
The final time I'm going to say this episode.
Yeah.
You're always wrong.
All right.
I had to make it big because it's the final.
It's the final, yeah.
Okay. God's love for animal sacrifice is shown early in the Bible. Cain offers God his fruit, while Abel kills his firstborn sheep and offers their dead bodies and fat to God.
Yeah.
God had respect for Abel's sacrifice, but not for Cain's.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing that Noah did after the flood was build an altar and sacrifice clean beasts and fowls to God. And the Lord smelled a sweet savor.
He loved that smell, remember?
He loves the smell of stuff.
He loved to sniff things.
Yeah. God promised Abraham that he would inherit all of the land from Egypt to the Euphrates River. When Abraham asked God for a sign, God told him to kill a 3-year-old heifer and a 3-year-old ram, along with a turtle dove and a young pigeon. Abraham did as he was told, and that evening God lit the whole bloody mess on fire. Woohoo! Okay, finally, God commanded the Israelites to build an altar for animal sacrifices. He then gave the Israelites dozens of commandments, telling them in great detail what animals he wanted them to kill for him and how he wanted them killed and burned for a sweet savor unto the Lord.
Yeah, don't forget that long lobe of the liver.
Exactly.
I mean, you gotta do it right.
And you got to do it on the right side of the tent, too.
Yeah. Splatter that blood in the correct places.
Yes. The rituals involved things like wiping blood on the thumbs and big toes of the priests.
Yeah.
Sprinkling blood on the people, burning fat, and pouring blood on the altar.
Yeah. It was good times.
That was
had by all.
pagan. Yummy.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Okay, so that is it for You're Always Wrong.
All right.
And we are out of here.
That's Isaiah.
That's Isaiah, bitches.
We are fucking done.
I know. I couldn't get out of here fast enough. I'm like, we're done. Bye.
Well, congratulations to everybody who has made it to here with us tonight.
Yep.
Tonight. This episode. Mm-hmm. Congratulations on finishing a really fucking long book of Isaiah.
Yeah.
And not that great.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
Congrats.
You did it.
You did it. We did it. Yeah.
I'm so proud of us.
We all did it together.
I'm really proud of us, honestly.
I am too. Yeah.
We're getting right through this.
We are. So I'll be getting out the weekly wrap up here soon. Mm-hmm. And then tomorrow we will be back with
Jeremiah chapter 1.
All right. We'll see you guys then.
Bye.
Hey wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Hey wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.